And welcome back to Icewind Dale, where we will be filling in our monk for the past couple of sessions. As like you say, you've been in a deep meditation. There's been there we go, there's music. There's been a few developments. When you last remember, you were in the midst of a battle with goblins and several angry polar bears that Stef accidentally pissed off with the burning hands. Bellamy activated the scroll of animal or speak with animals and was able to convince the polar bears that they meant them no harm. In fact, we can help free you from your captors. And at that point, the grizzly bears broke themselves free, tore the rest of the goblins apart, and one of them managed to flee. I think it was the goblin chieftain, I think, and with its little hawk pet in tow. Before setting ablaze the entire wagon, so you weren't even able to retrieve that. You did get the iron ingots, brought them back to the black iron blades. You were paid with 50 gold piece rubies, and you did a little bit of shopping, but then you set off for Lonelywood. On the way, you stopped off at Tourmaline, where you picked up another quest. There is some sort of infestation in the mines there. Apparently kobolds have completely infested the place, but you didn't stop to find out all the details. You just sort of like were stopping by and then moved on. When you got to Lonelywood, you met with the speaker, little halfling named Nimsy Huddle, and she baked you all cookies and told you a story about how this great, powerful white moose has been attacking the loggers every time they go out to chop down trees. If you don't get logs, then the entire of Icewind Dale is going to basically freeze over. They're the only income of timber, because the other forests are way too small, and overforesting would just cause them to dwindle. So it's imperative that they get this operation back up and running. She told you that this moose seemed incredibly intelligent and that it always seemed to know where the loggers were appearing. But you decided to find out for yourself. And you set up a trap for this thing. Sure enough, it appeared as soon as Manny began to chop down a tree, and you caught it in the bear trap, but it was smart enough to know how to disable it and pull its leg free, and it could clearly tell it was outnumbered and managed to retreat into the woods. You tracked it by some miracle, literally a nat 20, back to this elven-looking structure, and it turns out this is maybe some sort of tomb that was here way before maybe even the giants settled here. And they found a sarcophagus. It had symbols on them, that of like a pine cone, a twig, a hand. There seemed to be some sort of arcane lock that was sealing the sarcophagus lid. And the party worked out that putting all these items into a brazier and burning them would momentarily break the magic lock. And so I think it was Roki who elected to put his actual hand into the brazier and charred it and nearly melted it off for 6 seconds. And in that moment, the entire party heaved the lid free, and there was a mummified elven woman that awoke, rose up out of it, and spoke in her native tongue. No one could really understand her, so they sent Faith to go get back a scroll of tongues. Stef learnt said scroll, now has it on their spell list. And you also took some refuge in the Ramshackle Inn, but you did actually find the moose. They have broken into this elven tomb, and they have told you that, yes, told you, it seems this moose is not only intelligent, but is actually able to speak. It seems as though it is under some sort of awaken spell that a druid must have cast on them. And it told you of the problems that the wildlife has been facing here. It seems to believe that you guys are a threat to the natural state here. Tried to convince it that you were here with a follower of Oriel, but Faith had just recently gone away to get the scroll, so you decided to come back. Anyway, You went to the Ramshackle Inn, where you managed to speak to this elven priestess. She told you the origins behind this elven tomb. She told you there was also a magical mirror in said tomb that was able to like pinpoint people's location. That's probably how the moose was actually able to find the loggers. But she's hundreds of years old. She doesn't actually recognize a lot of the settlements here. So, but she has elected to help you guys. She does see that this endless rime is a problem for the Dale. Then during the night in the Ramshackle Inn, a ghost-possessed Manny tried to punch the living shit out of poor Roki in his sleep. Roki managed to like put Manny back to sleep with a spell, and then the ghost sort of appeared out of their body, at which point everyone piled in and managed to banish this thing. Turns out this ghost must have been the previous owner that hung himself in the Ramshackle Inn. And after that, you headed back into the woods, back to the Elven Tomb to confront the druid that apparently resides here. You've got Faith with you, and when you went up to the stone door, you could hear the voice on the other side. This is the voice of Ravison, the frost druid that has been casting these awaken spells on these creatures. She called the 10 towners hearth-softened huddlers. She called you charcoal chewers. This is clearly a hostile entity, and they don't see 10 towners as any kind of ally or party to be negotiated with. She believed that Oril is punishing the 10 towns for their sins of invading this land, stealing its resources, and ultimately she wants to just see 10 towns freeze over, claiming that she's actually taking on Oril's will and performing a godly sort of service. Roki rightly pointed out that you've not spoke with Oril. Oril is an uncaring goddess. It's unlikely that she's giving commands to her followers. And Faith sort of backed this up, saying that she believes that Oril's perhaps misunderstood. And Roki pointed out maybe the true follower is the one in our party, at which point Ravison seemed to take great offense to this. And to settle this dispute, she has claimed that the strongest will be determined, and that will determine who the true follower of Oril actually is. And with that, you hear her stepping away from the stone door, casting a spell, and you can hear the shaking of and grinding of stone as this door begins to open. And so I need everyone to roll initiative, as this looks like it's about to open up, and you're going to see the druid herself. Let's get it going. Any questions before we dive into the combat, Manny? You should be fully rested.
Yep, far too many questions for you to answer. Let's just jump right into it.
I'm so bad at initiative. Why am I so awful? He's rock Stef. Who the fuck is Chibbles?
That's Stef's familiar.
Oh, Stef's monkey. Okay,
it's a cat now, but yeah.
Oh,
currently a cat. I totally forgot to. During all of this, you also met Tracker, who is a Reged tribe member who has joined the party to again also set right this natural cycle of winter. Manny, you're currently standing in the Elven Tomb. There's a long tunnel that stretches behind you, where the white moose is guarding and like scraping its hooves. You can see in front of you a stone door is about to raise and open, and you can hear a spellcaster on the other side chanting. You do have like basically one action if you want to do something before we jump in. I've let Roki cast Bless, and I believe Stef's going to do some sort of blade song. But otherwise, we can just get straight in, and Snorp is actually up first. Interesting. So if you wanted to do anything, you can. Or if you want to just start with Snorp, go right ahead.
Oh, if I can do something, then I'm gonna start my rage.
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh yeah, it should give us time to prepare. But, like, basically, give us a little bit.
Well, you got to cast Bless, so I'm just going to let everyone else do one thing as well, you know? Okay. Let's see here.
Can I ready in action?
What would you like to ready?
Can I ready the jump action to jump through Roki's space and into the room if conditional on there being a hostile entity within 30 meters? 30 feet. Well, it's 30 meters. 90,
Yeah.
90 feet.
Sure thing. Sounds good. Okay. Let's start with Snorp. He is at the back. He's holding a torch so that everyone can see. Oh, that's you, by the way, Tom. Tom, you can pilot Snorp.
Oh yeah. Okay. How's Snorp doing? How's he getting on?
He's fine. He's just chilly and holding a torch, trying to keep light in the tunnel for everyone to be able to see.
How is his
And he's
fingers
like,
doing? Have they healed now? Because I don't remember. Did anyone give any healing when the hag took his fingers?
They did, but he did not regrow the fingers.
Okay. And how has he been getting on with Manny being recovering from the hag's curse?
He's definitely kept you up in high spirits. He's also eager to meet his family in Tourmaline. He mentioned that he's got long-distance cousins there, but...
Oh, that's fantastic. Now is not the time or the place. But that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just hang back here, maybe? It sounds like something dangerous is about to happen. And sure enough, you can see the door is starting to freeze over. Like there's this cold sort of brine filling the stone.
Yeah, I guess that's a good course of action, Snorp.
Okay, stepping back. He just backs away from the door.
No.
Faith. Oh, there's an angry moose behind me, guys. And a strange little cat. Okay, Faith, she doesn't know what's about to happen either. Best I can do is fall back and dodge. He doesn't know what's about to happen. Okay, Manny. Now, you are up. This door is about to open right now, so I'm going to actually let you do it. You can move. This door, you can see, opens with a grinding slam. As it reaches the height and locks into place, you see that there is this brilliant greenish light beaming down directly in front of the doorway. In the circular room, you see that there is yet again another sarcophagus, and there's several glowing lights. Looks like someone set up like a home in here. And ducking down behind the sarcophagus, you can't really see much of them. They've got like 3/4 cover here. You can see like the top of someone's head, like reddish matted hair. But yeah, you can see the domed carved ceiling is about 20 feet high. And yeah, this is now a living quarters. What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
Oh, you've got your held action. Sorry, so you can like run forward if you wanted, but there is a spell.
Are you telling me that she's hostile?
She is clearly casting a spell, and there is like icy frost building up in her fingertips and over the sarcophagus.
Okay.
By the way, if we kill her, the giant moose will probably try to kill us, so maybe not lethal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Snorp's got it right with the moose.
Yeah. Right.
And have we tried any diplomacy, or is it past that point?
We are probably past that point.
Okay.
We did attempt.
We're past the initial diplomacy. There's just the fighting before the next bit of diplomacy.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Now we're at advanced diplomacy.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think if Roki wouldn't mind just stepping to the side ever so slightly, this might be a bit of a step of the wind, flying kick into the face of the spellcaster situation. What do you guys think?
Go for it.
All right, let's go for it then.
Okay. So you will rush through the moonbeam, and when you do, you need to roll that con save.
A moonbeam.
Excuse me? Oh, yeah.
He did describe it, and we didn't pay attention. He didn't say what it was.
Moonbeam
exactly.
is a save. You do take half, which is 7.
Wait, doesn't he? He
What's
gets
that?
bonus from Bless? Does Bless help him at all with that?
Bless is the 1d4 extra.
Yeah. But
Okay.
he
I took half, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I see it. I'm wrong
Manny storms through the moonbeam. His skin kind of sears across the top of his head and down the side of his face slightly. Leaps up, lands atop the coffin, and brings it instead of a flying kick into the face, kind of runs on top of the coffin, and then brings a kick off and spins, flips himself all the way around with his foot, right, and then lands standing up on top of the coffin after trying to kick her in the face, half cover. So that's what we're looking at.
I'm gonna rule that she doesn't have cover against you. You've moved up into melee. You can just go straight for an attack.
Sweet, and forgive me. Remind me how to select her token.
Oh, you hold down Alt and then left click. There you go.
Fantastic. So that's going to be an arm strike.
So hit.
I don't see her token. I'm so confused.
She might be a little bit out of sight, maybe. Or...
Oh, maybe. I'll see if she appears when I get closer.
Oh, no, actually, you should see her.
I looked on the stream and I'm like,
right into her.
Yeah, it's like I
Yeah, you
can
should
tell
be
where
able
she
to
is
see
on
it.
the stream.
So
but
do
then
a
there's
refresh.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, Manny, that collides with her face, and she lets out like a ah. She can try and see if she can hold that. Oh, she does. She makes the concentration check, but you can see a light bruise across her face, and she says, "You 10 towners, you're all the same, huddling in your little homes, waiting for the winter to end." But
Manny
this
just looks
cold
down
will
to her and
never abate.
Manny just looks down to her and says, "I'm not from here."
What?
I wish I
She
could follow
just
that with a
sort
flurry
of
of blows, but
Tries to shrug her off, but she's going to finish her spell and slam
wait.
it
Did
into
I?
the rest of
Sorry.
you
Quick
guys.
question. Quick question. Did I need Step of the Wind for that distance, or did I have enough movement already with my because I have no points of exhaustion and 40 movement speed?
You did, I'm afraid.
Very well.
Just barely. Ravison brings up her arms, releases this cold energy that fills the room above you, Roki, Stef. Manny, it doesn't seem like this is focused on you. He says, "Fine. And you will freeze over last." And brings down a hail of icy crystals. All right, let's go with that. Right here.
Right.
I need everyone there to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I can't hear anything. The
oh.
sound effect's really loud. Why was that sound effect so loud for me? What the fuck?
If you want to change the volume, go into playlists on the tab on the top right, and then I would say lower down most of that down to like 20%.
Okay. That was...
If you can see the sliders. It's your browser volume, not like...
Okay.
Not the controls on Discord or anything. Okay, what do we get on the damage? Someone else needs to roll, I think. Oh, it's Stef, isn't it? Of course it is. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let me just check something. Seems as though Stef has got a pop-up, but with a player character, it needs to fucking... I'm just going to roll it manually. We'll go with that. Because he is AWOL. Looks like a 17. That's a success. So the icicles that formed around the top slam down into everyone. 18. It's a combination, actually. It's like 8 bludgeoning and 9 cold. Sorry, 9 bludgeoning, 9 cold. But I don't think anyone's got resistances to any of this. So it's just going to be the 18. Huh?
Resistance to bludgeoning.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you're raging, right?
Raging.
Okay, then. Okay, so you take half of 9, 5.
13?
Plus 9.
Oh.
Yeah. No, 14, I think.
14.
The DC was 14, by the way. So, Roki, you take the full 18, I'm afraid. Holy shit. It's rough. That is really rough. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw for concentration, actually? That is barely a fail, I'm afraid. So Bless is torn from your grasp. And lastly, Stef, they're taking the 9. Okay. Oof, that was a rough hit. After that, she ducks back down behind the kind of cover here. Not moving away from you though, Manny. That's going to be her turn. Stef is up. Oh, Lord. Well, he could have cast Absorb Elements as well, I just realized, to halve it again. You know what? Sure, I'm going to do that. Just looking at her sheet now, just realized that. I'm going to give him back, what was it, 9? Back down to 5. So yeah, I'll give him back another 5. That way he's not as crippled by that spell. Okay. Actually, no, it's 5. Halved. It's like 7. Whatever. Anyway, he's got a spell at least. Charm, like, powered up on his attack. If he can make it there. The Ice Storm is ripping through this corridor. If he tries to move forward, he'll go straight into the Moonbeam. So I know what he should try and do. He should try and break the concentration on Ravison. He's going to cast Magic Missile on them to try and stop the spell. We're going to fight all 3 of them at the...
Why there are 3 colored dots above Ravison?
That's the people targeting them.
Oh.
That's right.
It's just everyone.
It is. Okay. So, with not needing to roll a hit, she just makes 3 Constitution saves. I think I failed the... Did I fail the first one? I did. It doesn't need to roll all 3, because I failed immediately. The spell is broken as Stef, like, flinches away from the ice and just lets loose all the missiles. And is going to back... I think he's going to try and back away as well. Or did you want to move in, actually? Just move him in. The Ice Storm makes difficult terrain, though, so... You can only really get to about here. And that'll be his go. Okay. Same with Sana. I'm just going to move her in. You should have taken the 9 as well. All right. It's the Awakened Moose's turn. Oh, God. Yeah, hearing the sounds of battle and that these negotiations have definitely gone to shit, it perhaps seeks to defend its master and then rushes in against the back line here. Or Snorp. Let's go with the antlers. Probably going to get knocked flat. Unless I miss. That's always a possibility.
Go Snorp!
Oh, wow. Snorp is a little flinchy and definitely sees this coming at the last second and just sort of ducks underneath. And then he rolls to the side to avoid getting completely trampled. Okay, that's actually the Awakened Moose's go. There is another creature in here.
Oh no.
Annie. It's alright. Very, very minor. Yeah, I didn't think so. Manny, you see that all these like little shrubs that have built up around the sarcophagus. They look decorative at first, but you swear something just raises up and like strokes your leg for a moment. And then it tries to go back to being completely still, like it was just a berry bush. Maybe it was just the wind, you never know.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Tracker, you're up.
Faith, do you need help over there?
Snort seems to be panicking, but otherwise still alive.
Then I will move towards the moose, if I can make that. Yeah.
This is going to be...
I'll use my feline agility.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
And I should be able... Oh fuck, that's almost my full movement.
Yeah, right.
I can barely get to Snorp.
That's 5, 10, 15, that's 30.
Yeah, with feline agility I'm at 40 movement.
Well, it's not difficult once you get past here, right?
Yeah.
So the first, just to get out of there is 30 foot of movement. And then you're going another like 15.
Yeah, but I've 40.
Oh, you're slow, aren't you? Oh,
I'm
yeah,
slow because of the exhaustion.
Yeah, well, shit. In that case, that's probably as far as you get.
Then I'll throw a javelin.
Yep, go for it. That's a hit. The javelin sticks into the side of the moose, and it lets out a roar, and you hear it say, "Who said he was just going to talk to her?"
And then she attacked us.
It seems a little bit distressed. Roki, you're up.
God, am I? I feel like I'm down.
Oh, you are on the floor, face down, with covered in a pile of ice. Yeah, it's horrible. But you are alive, and Fate will shout out, I'm coming, Roki! They sound like they're going to try and get to you.
It's fine, I have magic. What do I have? Yeah, I'm gonna, try to keep myself a little bit alive with a healing word.
Sounds good.
That's not the worst. And as I'm healing, can I try and convince the moose to not attack us? Does that take up part of my turn, or is that just regular talking?
I think you could try and use an action to fully persuade the moose from not attacking you. It's a possibility. I mean, already you've kind of lowered it one stage from hostile to sort of indifferent. This combat has risen that level back to hostile again, but you could try and bring it back down to like being indifferent again.
Okay. I'll say, she's lying. The attack proves it. You heard the conversation. She is attacking because she knows that we're right. She doesn't want to be proven wrong. Step down. We are not going to kill her. Please.
Okay.
I've proven myself once. I'll do it again.
Roll a persuasion check. And I think convincingly saying that you're not going to kill her may actually sway them. We'll see. Well, that's a good roll.
Oof.
The moose backs up just an inch. Keep her alive.
Everyone heard that.
The moose sort of... Yeah, it bellows that. Do not kill Ravison. Okay. Roki, you can also stand up if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think you've got like one or two squares of movement if you wanted to, but this terrain, it only lasts for a turn, so Oh wait, no, it doesn't, because it's Icewind Dale, and this is a nice spell.
Do I need to get out of the ice?
What? Oh.
You don't, but it's just that it's difficult terrain, that's all. It's not an ongoing damaging spell, at the very least.
So how much can I move?
But about 2 squares, because you've got up, that's half, and then moving is like another.
I've got to
Another
stay here
couple.
right in the middle of it. I can't get closer, I can't get further
Yeah.
away without running away from the fight, so I just stay here.
Also, I forget, you suffered another level of exhaustion from being knocked to death still, but there you go. Alright. Snorp is up. I think you just saved my life, Roki, so I'll repay the thanks. Coming over. Yeah, he's just gonna like dash over here a little bit. Just give some more light. Faith is up. He can't actually get to you to cure your wounds, but she will for next turn. Just dash up to you. Manny's up.
Okay, DM, paint a picture for me.
Oh no.
Right. So we've got this strange-looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing all sorts of magic and stuff. Her and I are in hand-to-hand combat. I'm throwing a punch. She's casting a kind of a waving her hand, and magic is stopping it. Maybe a shard of ice where my fist goes. We're in like kind of melee, a back and forth, right?
That's it.
Actually, I'm clinking off those pointy things she's holding too.
She's got these 2 icy blades, indeed.
I don't like the look of those icy blades. But you say she's casting these spells. Does she look like she's maintaining concentration on this area down here, or is it a one-time thing?
No, Stef managed to break that with his magic missile barrage.
Fantastic. So if she couldn't use the somatic or material component of whatever spell she's casting, we might be able to get around where she can't cast spells.
Possibly. It'll be very hard to just suddenly silence something unless you have the very specific means to do so, or the spell silence.
Well, I've got these 2 arms, right? Well, these 2 hands, right? And I think if I put one on the back of her head and one over her mouth and grapple her, I think there's going to be some kind of like contested situation for her to be able to break out of it, and that might even be part of her action if she does.
If it
Doesn't
were
she need some
that
kind
easy.
of focus to cast? Material components?
Normally, spellcasting does require such things, yes. She is
Oh,
covered in
normally.
little bone trinkets and such.
Okay.
But you don't know. I'm saying normally because there are some creatures that can innately cast. But anyway, for the most part, you definitely saw she is like using materials, components. She's got like little herbs and there's tanning racks all around. She's turned this place into like a little druid's hovel. Anyway, back to like if you can
Actually,
silence
well,
her or
there's a
not.
bed in here. I could try to seduce her if that's not going to work. But I think let's.
Yes,
She seems a bit violent, and I'm not that kind of guy. So, listen, she's clearly upset about something, right? And I've been nose deep in a book and meditating and thinking over things. I don't really know what's going on, but she's hurting the people I'm traveling with, right? So Manny is, I'm asking DM, can I stop her from casting spells through my action? Is this perhaps if I, again,
okay, so
can I just
there are a couple of
shut
options.
this thought up?
You can. There's a couple of options. There are actually weapons in my homebrew, such as like the garrote that you need to be proficient with to literally choke someone out. But you need to be like surprised. They need to be basically like completely caught off guard. That's not the option right now. So I'll go over the other one, and that is potentially a cold shot. If you want to like fucking slam your fist into her throat to sort of choke up her spellcasting for a turn, that's a possibility. But to actually hit someone with a cold shot, their AC is going to be like increased.
Yeah, of course. So
And
I
you
feel like
need
she's
to
just
do-
being a bit of a Karen. She's causing problems for her. She's having a bit of a, she's all hysterical.
Right.
And, I think if we, I'm a non-violent kind of fella. Well, Manny's a non-violent kind of fella.
Right.
Not that I'm not. But I think at this point, she's caused a lot of harm to the people I care about, and Snorp. So we should. Yeah, I got a cool shot, and because I have flurry of blows, will you let me do that with my flurry of blows also?
You can, yes, you can continue to make cool shots. She's got an increase to AC, which is I've already done. Actually, it's 3/4, right? There we go. Go ahead and make your attacks. If you can do like enough damage, that's gonna miss straight up. I think even without the cover. So she sees you go for the throat, pulls out the sickle, and parries your arm away. You got the second 2 attacks.
Okay. So she means business.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, the nat 1, jeez. She like sweeps your leg on the sarcophagus and you like fall down for a moment. You have to like kick back up, like cool martial arts style. That is finally a hit. For 4 points of damage. Wasn't enough to actually fully close up her windpipe. But I'll say if you can get another 6 points of damage in on a subsequent turn with another cool shot, you might be able to like completely silence her, but it isn't enough on this particular occasion. I was looking for maybe like at least 2 hits, but you rolled like minimum damage on that one.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a long-term silencing cloud. That's fine.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. It's like when she,
we
like,
won't be able
catches
to.
your
We won't be
fist
able to
do
interrogate her afterwards. This might be a problem.
Yeah, she'll probably recover, but it'll be hoarse. I imagine she like grabs your fist at the last possible second. You do the Matrix thing. You like stick your fingers out and like chokes her for a sec, but it's not enough to like ruin her voice.
But she put a blade up in between, so it's kind of like blocked it. All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay, it's back to her. Would love to continue. Would love to make a concentration spell happen here, but ooh, that's a nasty one. Okay, she is gonna call in for some backup. She's gonna cast Conjure Animals. And I'm gonna pick a few wolves, I think.
Oh no.
Wolves are good.
Wolves are not good.
Wolves
You're
are not
pretty
good. What CR do they have?
TR's quarter, which means she can summon 8
Oh
of them.
fuck.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is she the druid?
Okay. She is.
Yep.
She is the druid.
Oh, that's really annoying because I wanted to like ask her how to. Well, we'll tie her up and I'll let her know after.
Okay, what's the range on this spell? It's 6. Wait. It's 60 feet, so yeah, I can easily summon them all around you. Okay. Let's have 1 for Faith, 1 for Snorp. These have got like pack tactics as well. That's going to be rough. That. She sees you as one of the major threats as well. So I'm actually going to get another one here. So she summons an entire pack of wolves that suddenly let out their howls, coming out of the basically like the ether. You can see the kind of like frosty pelts. It's like almost as if they've been hiding under snow, but have just manifested here in the underground tomb. And as soon as they appear, they immediately try to rip and tear into your flesh with advantage because of their pack tactics, Manny. So
that's legit.
Oh. I'm trying to roll with advantage, but I'm just going to re-roll that. Oh god, 8 points damage.
Oh, so I get a
strength.
strength. I get a strength save on these. Yeah.
This is to see if you
Okay.
get knocked prone.
Oh, I'm prone as well. Okay.
They have ripped you down onto the floor. If this is ever a spell to break, it's this one for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna have
Concentration, right? Now, just question. Where when we break
Yeah.
concentration on this spell, if we're successful in doing so, do the wolves just dissipate and stop existing, or when they called animals, are these
Yes.
actual animals, or are they? Oh,
They're
they're
fey
actual
creatures.
animals. Oh, they're fey creatures.
You are
Okay.
right. Yeah, you're right to ask though, because some spells like summon elemental, the elemental just goes haywire. The same with the demon as well. But no, these ones will dissipate as soon as you break that. Okay, I'm going to send 2 for Sonar as well. She is the elven mummy who's trying
So
to.
there's no blocking the concentration, then convincing the wolves that they're actually on our side kind of situation going on.
No, they seem to be like almost a manifestation of her. They kind of have the same, like I would say, like the hackles around their head are like kind of the same color as her hair, and they show
She's
the
like a
same
weird
malice.
they're one of those weird, angry, twitchy ladies with too many dogs.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Only you
keep
would
going
try
with
to
these.
turn familiar against someone. All being your turn.
Sonar is okay. Yeah, that would be funny as hell if you could do that though. Alright. Another one misses. Oh shit, they're ripping Sonar up. Okay, right. Another one goes for you though, Manny. It's like tearing at your leg.
I'm surprised they haven't all gone for me.
There's 3 of them on you, haven't finished yet. I'm trying to get them to do advantage, but... There we go, got it. Holy shit, that one's gonna hurt. Minimum damage though. And finally the last one. You're already prone, so I mean...
Double prone.
That strength save is... Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, the
Every
last
time I get
one.
knocked prone again, I fall 5 feet deeper.
Oh god. So you're on this sarcophagus, one of them's next to you, is ripping your arm one direction, one's got its jaws around your head, and the other one's got got your leg, and you're just being pulled in 3 different directions as Ravison just sort of chuckles to herself. Leave nothing but bones.
I might have to
As for
tuck
the
myself
other
into the
wolves-
sarcophagus. I might have to
Sorry.
just get in the sarcophagus, be like, alright, this is it now. See ya.
Is gonna hit Stef unless he shields. Which I'm not going to do. He's gonna take it like a man. It's the reality is, if he can break that concentration with another magic missile, you might just save the day. He does fall prone though and take 8 points of damage. Holy shit! God, he's on death's door as well.
Oh god.
Okay, there were 2 surrounding. There's 2 surrounding you as well. Roki, Faith. They have advantage on these attacks. So the first one's for you, Roki. Misses. That new armor serving you well. The one for Faith. It's just a.
Oh, Faith was a
I'm gonna
dog.
roll that again. Gonna roll it again. That's better
Maybe
because
not.
it didn't roll advantage. There it is. Oh, Faith also falls down, I believe, and is prone. And that's going to conclude her turn. Holy crap, that's a lot. Stef is up. I'm going to get him up off the ground and immediately try and break this with a magic missile again. This is his last spell as well. Jeez. All 3 of them max damage on one of the D4s at least. Oh my god, did it do it? Yeah, he did.
It's on the first one again.
Concentration checks are rolling in. I think. Wait,
No, the first one
looking.
is 16.
there's one.
Oh wait, there's a
Yeah,
21.
So she succeeded on all 3. Oh
Oh
god.
fuck.
This time she is maintaining focus, seeing this through to the end. She makes sure that everyone's gonna die here. This is rough. Stef, however, can't move. He's locked in. Sonar, she can get around to her. She's gonna provoke like 2 attacks of opportunity. Doing so though, and if one of them knocks her prone, then she won't be able to make it to her. So this is all a little bit of chance. It's gonna be another roll. That's a miss. Okay. The next one. Again. Oh shit, that one hits. Does she make the strength save? She does. She makes the strength save. You see these wolves trying to tear down the elven priestess as she pulls her way free, but all her tattered clothing has been so rotted from the sands of time that it just sort of pulls away and the wolves are left with scraps. And she gets to the back of Ravison and lifts up her hand, and you see these kind of rotted fingers reach out. She's going to try and hit her with all she's got. And she does have flanking, technically, even though you're on the floor there. So this should be +2. It's a hit anyway. Holy shit, that's a big hit. She's still concentrating? It's insane. Oh my god.
What?
Well, yep, she's concentrating still, even despite a massive amount of necrotic damage racking through her body. The touch of a mummy seems to peel away her flesh, and she lets out this agonizing scream. And you see Sanar saying something in Elven, which most people don't understand, but you can imagine she's accusing her of defiling her tomb. Okay, the moose backs away from you, Tracker. But keeps his eyes steady on you. I will say not that far, probably. Just about. Yeah, just like just a step back. Okay. Tracker, you're up. I'm not going to use the Awakened Shrub too much.
Okay, back into the snowstorm.
Yeah, the Awakened Shrub is just hilarious.
Fucking hell. How far can I move? I need to dash to do stuff.
Yeah, you would, I'm afraid. Unless you want to just knock a wolf on the head.
I mean, I even need to dash to knock a wolf.
Yikes.
Did I-
In that case, that's going to be a problem.
Okay, I was here. To get there is 10 feet, right?
Yep. And then it's
Um,
half movement.
Yeah, from
Then you
here
need
it's half
30 feet to get
movement.
where you are.
So I could get to any adjacent square from here.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah, I need to dash to get there.
And I think during this turn, there's an attack of opportunity.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Drag you back a sec.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So this one snaps its jowls towards you. Where's my wall? Oh, there we go. Okay. And this one doesn't have pack tactics because there's no other wolf adjacent to you.
Uh-huh.
So you managed to pull your leg away.
But I am able to get just past Faith, right?
That's fine then. Yeah, I'll stick you there. Yeah.
Oh, that I was
Alright.
attacked, which means I don't need to use my bonus action stuff.
I think
But
you
if-
still do
if-
actually. Hold
Then
rage, yeah,
I'll use my bonus action to hold rage.
you got it. Roki, you're up.
Finally. One thing I've forgotten, and it's gonna sound dumb, but I blame like the long break the middle. It was Zaelong that I picked, right? Or was it someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna make sure. So I think this will be finally time to do something I haven't done yet. What the fuck is that error message?
Oh, are you trying to do your channel?
Yeah,
Okay, if there's an error message, I need to fix that. Shit.
Oh,
But that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, the Twilight Sanctuary. Is that not in the
Perfect.
radius
Okay.
or something? How does that work?
There is a
30 foot
radius.
from
You
me.
can see it just faintly around you.
Okay.
Do you describe what does this look like when you summon your Twilight Sanctuary?
So I pull out my religious emblem. You know, I just make a prayer. I say, Selune, I know that I'm barely in touch with your powers, and I barely keep up of anything, but you've allowed me something, and I think I need to keep us alive right now, and I think you want us to carry on this. Please share your power. As I pray, and just it's almost like the symbol just glows, and then from the ground the glow just appears and shares around us as we all just feel that moment where we're just a little more alive, a little further away from death.
All right. And I think you get to roll that right now for your star.
How does that roll for that work?
So it's a D6.
Okay, just a D6 then.
And whenever you end your turn in that, you're going to gain temporary hit points. So you gain 2 straight away. And
Okay.
at the end of each of your allies' goes, they'll also... you get to roll another D6. Any movement at all? If you actually moved, like... No, there's a lot of wolves in the way. I'm just sort of suggesting you could get Manny in that as well if you moved like 10 feet up. But it means taking one bite.
That's one already used their attack of opportunity on me.
It's not worth it.
That's an action, and it's not a spell.
That's
Healing
correct.
word is a bonus action, and is 60 feet. So what is? Well, that looks like 40 feet to me.
Prioritize Stef just because Manny has very high constitution, so has a really high chance of surviving the what are they called, the death stores?
Death saves. I was going to suggest Faith could actually get Steph up on her turn, which would be more healing, with like cure wounds. So Manny could.
But Steph has a lot.
Roki.
Yeah, but Steph has a lot of threat on him at the moment, so I would say probably pick him up and then top him up as well. Again, Manny has absurd levels of constitution.
Yeah, I say Faith is only 2 turns away. Like Faith has a turn before the enemy does.
It's also like thematically as well. Like it's such a distance and so many attacks of opportunity and an attack of opportunity and I just instead of I know you're prioritizing the survival of the party, but also Manny will be fine.
How far can I move with 2 exhaustion? And
so you can. All right, so this is 20 foot of movement allows you to move 10 feet, right? So you could move up to here. You can't move through enemies, but I will say you can get to here, and that will also put Manny in the Twilight Sanctuary.
But wouldn't he take an attack of opportunity from the wolf?
No, this one's already lost its reaction.
Okay.
It's already snapped a tracker, so you're good.
So it is the.
You've still got your bonus.
I can't use the healer's kit. That's a regular action.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what. Faith will just shout like, "I'll get Steph. I can't reach Manny though."
Okay.
Manny's getting his limbs ripped off, but pinned down by 3 wolves, with a druid hovering over him with 2 very sharp, pointy things, and he's reassuring Roki that he will be fine.
Oh God!
I've foreseen this. It's going to be all right. Just Roki, just damage. Do it. Get the ones.
I need to save my spells, I guess. I need to leave that up to Faith if we're going to win. So I guess there's nothing else I can do. I can't think of any other bonus actions. Healing word's my only option for bonus, so I just have to leave my turn there. Oh no, there's dash, isn't there?
Dash is an action.
It needs an action to dash, unless you're a rogue or monk. But
oh yeah, okay. Well, I'll just leave my turn there, and then I feel so next turn.
Okay. So you're not going to cast healing word, no? Okay.
No, because Faith's going to get Steph, and then Manny doesn't want me to waste on him, so I use it elsewhere.
You got it. All right, Faith is going to get up, move to here with all of our movement, and then just give Stef the cure wounds. And hope that it's enough. Oops. We just move her there. There you go. Stef is back up on 12, which is a massive churn of events. And I think that's her go. She doesn't have any bonuses. Snorp is up here with the wolves. You try to get in the way of one of them if you wanted, or even just attack them.
Manny,
What do you want him to do, Tom?
What's Snorp doing?
Oh, yeah, Snorp's Manny's familiar. I forgot that. What does Snorp think is best?
I think he's going to try and stab one of these wolves. Or
I think that's very in character.
He could throw a javelin. He could throw a javelin at Ravison, but there's a very slim chance he hits.
I think I know, and I think because of how he was mistreated by Manny with the hag, I don't think he I mean, they're close, but I think he'd prioritize himself and the big wolf in front of him.
You got it. Yeah, let's have him use his little dagger. He did have a mace. Someone gave Snorp a mace, and he's been dragging it around. He hasn't even been able to lift it. But he can certainly use the dagger and stab at it. Oh no, he misses. Okay, Faith has done her turn. Manny, you're up.
Okay, so I've got a question for you, Mr. Dungeon Master.
Mm-hmm.
The Bag of Tricks. Now, the Bag of Tricks allows you to reach into it once per day, I believe, and pull out a little fuzzy ball, throw it, and you'll roll a dice, and we'll determine a random animal that spews forth as an ally and an aid and all that kind of stuff. Well, Manny right now is in no position to be rummaging around in a bag of tricks. He's pinned down by three wolves, like maybe one's grabbing his leg, one's clawing at him, one's got his arm, right? Or maybe all three of them are ripping into him with their teeth. Directly above, he's laying down on a what is it, an altar, a casket, a tomb, right? And hovering over him at his head, right, is this terrifying druid lady, with these very very pointy shards of ice. So, now obviously a bit your discretion because it's a magical item, but with the bag of tricks, instead of reaching into it and opening it, would you consider, because obviously it recharges once per day and it lasts forever, would you consider allowing Manny to, in a very desperate play, rip the bag of tricks, destroying the item and releasing all of the magic therein, and if that summoned a bunch of different creatures or whatever that did, destroy that, like literally tear it with his one free arm, and summon a cacophony of chaos to fight these foul, feral fiends.
You want to overload the bag of tricks and summon all 10 of them, but never be able to use it again?
Thing. I want to destroy that thing and let the magic pour out.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
If you're happy to do that, yes, you could do this. Sounds cool as fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Maddie, you reach up to the bag of holding. The seams beginning to stretch. Finally, you hear this ripping sound, and a whole parade of fuzzy balls land around the room, summoning every single creature from the bag of tricks, all 10 of them. And we'll see where it goes from there. Well, let's start with a hare. Holy shit, I've got some...
That's incredible. Yeah, we got to do a bit of housekeeping with that. So let's pull that up. Oh, it's the large bag of tricks as well, so the 10.
Wait,
cool.
what? Faith and Storm supposed to get temporary hit points into their turn? Or just...
Yeah, I said in the chat.
Oh, you rolled 8. Okay.
No, I said in the chat I need you to roll.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
I thought it would just say you also roll it, my bad.
I can automate that for next time, for sure.
So what variant is it? Is this the grey bag of tricks or the rust bag of tricks or
No.
the tan bag?
It's
of
the
tricks?
white bag of tricks.
It's the white, which is one I made myself.
And there's a
and to
polar
do
bear, and there's an X-Pig. Oh, it's so fun.
Wow.
And the mountain goats. Oh my god.
Canonically,
Holy
I want
shit.
because the bag's destroyed. Canonically, these creatures need to go off and live happy, healthy,
Oh my
lovely
God.
lives afterwards. Oh, it's an axe beak! Wow.
There is an axe peak. There's a dire wolf. There's a walrus.
I'm gonna
There's a
knucklehead
goddamn
trout as
polar
well.
bear that explodes out of this thing.
You know, and the thing is, while we pull all this stuff out, before last session, I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to have a lot of great fun in this session because I know there's a druid. I was speaking to Tracker, and you know, we discussed him. I'm like, oh, there's probably a druid. I'm like, you know what, I think Manny would really like to learn more about druidic. I've known this woman. I've known this woman literally 12 seconds, and I'm already a better druid than she is. Nature's army summoned forth.
Oh.
An entire zoo of Icewind Dale erupts out of the bag, and you hear them roaring, shouting, and all these wolves look around, and they suddenly cower at the sight of these. Manny, do you want to stand up as well?
Well, I mean, the wolves turn around. I mean, come on, let's be real. They're chewing on you know, they're fey creatures. They're not going to react in a way they're reacting as Ravison would be reacting, and I think she really wants me dead. So I think, well, really wants Manny dead.
Terrifying.
So I think, yeah. So I think, you know, and they still have a bonus action, obviously. So obviously that's happening, and you know, the spur magic erupting forth and all that stuff, and then you've got the wolves surrounding Manny. Now, the only ruling that I'd love to know in advance, so I can choose what to do with my bonus action. Because the bag of tricks is destroyed, the usual rules on the bag of tricks are when they're not receiving commands, they'll act according to their nature.
Yeah.
So, God's forbid, Saluna forbid. There you go, Roki. Should Manny fall, these animals will then just return, and they will act in accordance to them. They won't be disapparated. They're not fey creatures. They're not nothing like that because the bag's destroyed, so they've got nowhere to return to. They might be fey creatures in the material plane.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, what do you want to do for your bonus? You could try and disengage and run, or
I'm gonna with my bonus action up flurry of blows. And I want I'm gonna, you know, the last ditch effort. I'm pinned down, and it's not even a flurry of blows. It's more like trying to wail at these wolves while they rip me to shreds.
I just read it does say you have to use your bonus action to like command them to do something. Otherwise, they just sort of act on their own accordance. But...
They're gonna act on their own accord then. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna command all these animals. Come on, do you think Manny is in his right mind by being ripped apart by wolves to be like, I'm going to give an interesting command to these animals? No, like this magic.
Just scream out, "Help me!" Incapable of saying the words "help me."
No, they will act according. No, the thing is, right? He's being ripped to shreds by wolves. You can't, you know, tearing this bag open is more of a desperate move than a calculated one. And these wolves are still going to like be savaging him on.
I feel like I'd be more able to say "help me" if I was being attacked by wolves. I got some incentive.
Honestly, do you know what? Manny's got very high constitution. The animals aren't attacking the wolves, so they're going to continue to attack him. Ravison wants him dead badly. He's standing on top of a tomb. It all lines up, and what I'm saying is, you know, he's got really high constitution, so he might be on death's door for a little while, but we'll see. Yeah, wish me luck.
I'm just thinking we're going to use these guys as negotiation with the moves after. Look, we're friend of animals.
Let me just make sure, because you will have one level of exhaustion from being on death's door, but which I'll just add now.
Yeah,
there you go. So you can go ahead if you want to use your bonus action to just flurry of blows. You can. As per my rules, you don't actually have to attack to get access to a bonus action flurry of blows. You can just do it. So go ahead, make your 2 attacks. Oh god, now one fuck. Oh no. I don't know what you're talking about. There you go.
It's not even a flurry of blows. It didn't even use ki. It's just flailing.
Just sort of kicking away these walls as they tear your flesh apart. Ravisen's eyes go wide. She is completely surrounded on all sides by every animal imaginable. She just says, What is this? It's such powers! They rival my own. No.
Manny's going to be muttering because he loves the animals so dearly, so she thinks he's maintaining concentration to make them exist.
Alright. Holy shit, now what to do?
Make a deception check.
No.
No.
She's already thoroughly, like, fucking scared to death.
Do they all get added to
man.
initiative, or do they take their turns all in one go?
No, they're just gonna go on the end of Manny's go. So Manny...
Okay.
Oh, shit. That's now. Oh, wait.
So Manny heals as well now. Gets some temporary hit points.
Manny, you can... Yeah, give Manny a d6. Because you got 5 temporary hit points. Okay.
So
that
Manny
might help you a little.
Manny hasn't given them a command. He's flailing, being ripped apart by wolves. So like, they're just going to act according to their nature. So as the DM, you're going to have to decide what would a reindeer do in this situation.
Well,
What's the
way
natural
is
behavior of
block.
a polar bear?
Those are
Polar bear
cornered.
would just eat the wolves, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's get biting. One wolf
Wait,
gets his head
it
ripped off.
says 1d6 plus my cleric level.
That's
Oh, right.
even better.
Go.
So everyone should have 2
what's,
more than they got.
Okay, so 7 for Manny. Alright. Nice. Alright, Polar Bear is going to go ahead and claw another wolf. Just get this down real quick. This wolf is dead. Dissipates. The dire wolf sees a smaller wolf as a nice tasty snack. It's got pack tactics because technically all the fuzzy animals are its allies, right?
Yep.
Let's go with that.
Well, hold on. No, it wouldn't because they're not really its allies because they're acting according to their nature. They haven't got a command. So it's unfair
Oh, well,
to. I mean,
it's
and
still
in
him.
fairness, the direwolf is far more likely to go after the reindeer than after the other wolf.
It does see you as an ally, right?
They don't because
still
I've destroyed the source of the magic. They're just
Actually, a wolf.
they're
would run
just
away,
animals.
A wolf
The room's
would escape
just
if
They
it
are
was
still
around,
your-
wouldn't it?
They are still your allies, by the way. But I'm going to have them, needless to say, they're going to take probably the biggest threat in the room, just directly in front of them. And still doing a hell of a lot of damage. The goat rams its head into the side of the wolf. The one right next to you, probably taking it out. Yep. One of the little foxes, and I'm going to say the rabbit runs. The rabbit is escaping and
That's
hiding.
fair.
It's going to hide. But anyway, the seal.
Seal are predators.
They are.
They don't eat humans though. The
no,
seal would
they
probably
don't.
chase the rabbit.
That is actually a fair assessment.
Sure. All right, the fox is also probably going to run. It's got a little bite.
It's fast.
attack.
Oh, and it would take that
It's got-
wolf's reaction as well as an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Actually,
do
if I
we need
just
to
disengage,
roll a
there you
D100
I mean-
for the trout? Is this the one with the ring of 3 wishes in it?
go. We don't
What, there's
know.
a trout?
A fish. There's
There's
a
a
knucklehead
story,
trout, and they're
yeah.
vicious.
Oh
They're
no.
vicious motherfuckers. So it's gonna do a tail. It's gonna do a bite. It's gonna do a bite on this thing. Actually, what's more? It doesn't matter. They're both the same. All right.
Oh my god, there's a knucklehead trout.
It actually hits. The knucklehead trout flails around and takes a chomp out of the wolf's leg, which lets out a yelp. And suddenly, it has definitely thinned the herd a great deal. Holy shit! Right, Ravison, it's her go now. Oh, right. I see this as an opportunity to just either lay down another gigantic spell. Because there's so many enemies. and in the same time, in the same kind of motion, try to break the concentration. But she doesn't want to be in that spell. So this is what's going to happen. Manny, you're going to get an attack of opportunity on her.
I'm in no position to use my reaction for that. I'm prone and I've got a wolf chewing at my feet.
All right.
Sadly,
The goat will, though.
Door with a temporary hit point. Unlucky.
Oh, it's almost a crit.
God. It was. Did I just lose
The wolves are gone.
The fucking goat. The goats are vicious bastards. They will headbutt anything that comes near. The goat slams its head and horns right into Ravison. She's winded. She doesn't expect it. Suddenly go. And she's just like, oh, winded, and all the wolves suddenly vanish from the sight. And I think with that, she has had enough. She leans back, conjures again another icicle storm that is going to rain down around on all of these creatures and you, Manny. And this could be fatal. The ice storm is going right about... Where are we going to go? Right, we can hit everything. I can get Sinar in it, but not you two, unless I move it here. No, we're going to center it right on top of the tomb. Okay. She steps back, breathing heavily. She is like so wounded as well. You can see the cuts on her, the bruises, and she staggers back with holding her side, pulls a pinch of wildflowers out of the pouch on her side, clenches them, and you see them go frosty and brittle, and they snap like glass. As soon as that happens, you see shards of ice appear above everyone. They rain down and smash your summons to pieces. A lot of saves. And Manny, I need you to roll me a death save. Oh my god. Oh, that's the deck save, but not the death save. I needed to... Holy fuck, I thought that was for Constitution.
I think that'll do.
Manny,
as the
you are taking the full blast.
As the shards of ice fall, piercing Manny, sever, splintering, breaking his bones. You see the blood run either side of this casket.
Oh fuck.
He coughs and splutters. Almost a cloud.
What's your max HP?
That's that's for that's a trifling matter at this point.
He's not dead yet. You need to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you can resist death in this moment.
No bonus.
And the DC is 10.
Having the temporary health.
The health just saved his life.
Oh, okay,
he would be dead if it wasn't for that. I'm not even kidding. Oh yeah, he's alive, but he is taking 2 levels of exhaustion. Manny is barely kept alive thanks to that temporary hit points. I'm doing the math real quick. He's got max of 21. That's 7.
Oh, yeah.
That he took 20 ice damage. If it was one more point, one single point more, Manny would be outright dead. But it's, as you say, he is laid out, spluttering blood pouring from all these orifices, ribs crushed. Is the worst state you've ever been in, but somehow he's clinging on to life. That's absolutely insane. 1 point. That's her turn. Stef is up. He's out of spells. I can launch a cantrip at the witch though. She's no longer in cover either, so he's going to kind of maneuver up to here. There's a lot of creatures in the way. He's just going to try and lob his Ray of Frost over the field of battle and try to connect with Ravison. And that one. The ice in this area seems to obey only the Frost Druid. and as it goes to impact her, it sort of fizzles out. Sanar, however, is still here. She's taking a beating as well. She's going to reach up with her mummified hand and try to grab a hold of her in a rotting clench. Oh, that's a natural 2! Holy shit! Oh my god, someone needs to finish her. The awakened, well, when I say finish, the awakened moose rushes in again and says, "Leave her alive. I still wish to talk." Tracker, you're up.
Oh, Stef,
And I'm going to give some
health.
D6.
What?
Yep.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, another 7. Cool.
There is Roki. Okay. It's 30 feet, right? Within Roki for the.
Yeah.
That's right. There is like a little faint outline. I'm gonna do some more automation for that for next session.
Yeah, I
It'll
don't see
be-
the faint outline at all.
It is there, but it's dim light. Don't worry about it. But next session, I'm gonna have that looking nice. Tracker.
If I were
Radisson
to,
pulling
I
away.
can't throw a javelin for non-lethal damage, right?
You need bludgeoning for non-lethal.
Yeah.
But I mean, if
Fucking
you want to try
hell.
and just end this fight, then
Non-lethal,
that's up to
remember?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Mm. We made a promise to the moose, and I'm sort of gonna uphold. Wait. Better idea. I'll wait next to the door and ready an action to close the door when Faith gets in. And Snore, sorry. Faith and Snore.
The door doesn't have any obvious hinges or handles.
Never mind then.
Yeah. And you also notice the Ravicin wasn't even by the door when it opened. Somehow this opens and closes magically. And I think you were hinted at that with the strange symbols outside as well.
Fair.
Otherwise, that would have been a good idea, but...
There's nothing I really can attack.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
You could dash.
Even if I were to dash, there's nothing I really could do. Oh, fuck. Wrong
Alright.
button. Then again, I did move, so yeah, I'll use my action to dash.
You got it.
Again,
If you want to stay in the light, it's about there. One square less. Oh, sorry. And then you'll get temporary hit points, but...
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Here,
Well,
sorry.
You could go here. You'll be fine. All right, roll
Yeah,
a
but
d6,
then,
Roki, and then
I
it'll be
will
your
be...
turn.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I'll do something
Oh,
good.
stuff happens.
All right, and
5, so 7.
And I use my bonus action to uphold my rage, by the way.
you got it. Roki, you're up.
I'm just gonna reach out, and I'm just with all my heart. I want this to end. I'm just gonna command her to grovel. Or was it? Yeah.
Command grovel. Wow. Okay. Wisdom save for her. She gets a 15.
So that's just what she
She
needed, or
is.
was it?
These druids, they're wise. They're wily. She says it should be you who is groveling.
I guess I'm gonna try and talk to her. Just end this fight. No one has to die. Let's find the truth. You must realize by now that this isn't going how you want it to go. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I will not ask for mercy. What would Oral say? She cares not for those who are clinging to death. She
What?
respects
clings to
those
death
who
is
face
you.
it. Coughs up a load of more blood. Snorp is up.
Some
Gonna
more
have him,
temporary hit
scamper
points.
in here. Yeah, sure.
4 plus 6.
For yourself?
Plus 2. Yeah.
So
Everyone gets to the end
that
of their turn.
replaces
Oh,
the way
it
temp
replaces the
HP
previous
works.
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it's higher.
Oh, okay.
If it's not higher, then it will stay as whatever it was. Okay, Faith. Holy shit. Manny, you're in such a state. I can actually get... Oh, I can't. There's a new difficult terrain in the way. Fuck.
Yep.
Well, I'll have to dash up to you then. Or... No, I can't. There's nothing I can do for that.
I just want to point out, and if you refer to page 24 of the Dungeon Master's Guide,
Oh god.
referring to bringing back the dead, a soul can't be returned to life if it doesn't wish to be.
Really?
And a soul knows the name, alignment, and here's the important part: the patron deity of any character attempting to revive it, and might refuse to return on that basis.
We haven't tried to revive anyone.
Faith's trying to heal me.
Your go.
And he's on death's door.
You're not dead. You're not dead, but Faith is running up to you regardless. That's her turn. And then she gains some temporary hit points, I believe. But Manny, you are still barely alive.
What's the DC?
Radisson is peeled away. No, you don't roll anything. You are not on death saves. If you take any more damage, there's a highly likelihood that you do die. But right now, you still can get up. You can still move. You should be on like 3 levels of exhaustion now, I think. I'll double check. Yeah, you're on 4 actually. Holy shit, it's bad. But you can get up, you can move if you want. And Ravison is barely alive herself. There's no more wolves. It's just you and her. One more hit point and you would be dead. But it seems Saloon's grace has granted you a moment. Finish this fight. Also, you have a shit ton of animals to command if you wish.
Okay, and the animals.
That'll be on the.
So I can determine
the.
Yeah. Okay, so I can determine the animals to act according to the nature. The polar bear is going to savage Manny. The wolf will also savage Manny. The reindeer will run away because it's next to a wolf. The axebeak will kick wildly because that's I don't know what they do. And the walrus, I don't even know what a walrus would do in this circumstance.
They're friendly to you and your companions, just so you know.
But they also follow my instructions.
You could tell them
Really?
to rip you apart, but why would you do that?
I'm just telling you what because okay, so here's the thing. Like rules is written. The bag allows me to instruct them. Manny is in no fit. He's prone still. He's got shards of ice sticking out of him. The guys are trying to heal him and keeping him alive, but the reality of the situation is he is fucked. The polar bear, he's not going to have the cognizance at this stage to you could try and issue a command to one of them, but it's just what's going to happen, you know. So the polar bear would act in its nature, and because as rules is written, I get to command what it does. So if as a DM you're like, well, I'm going to say its nature isn't to eat the delicious chunk of meat on there.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just asking why you are having him attack yourself.
Oh yeah, because it's very cinematic. Manny's literally on a grave surrounded by flowers. I think it's a beautiful way to say goodbye, and I think it's a lovely end, and it can be a start of a new chapter for something new. I think it looks wonderful.
I thought you wanted to continue playing Manny though.
I got a character in reserve. It's fine.
If you really want to start a new character, you can do that without dying.
I just think it'd be this is the right moment, and I don't think there'd be a good enough I don't think there would be a better moment or opportunity and a better send off for Manny than this scene right here. He's ripped this bag open. These animals are wild and lashing. And to be honest, in this circumstance, Manny knowing his fate, knowing his destiny, and I think who knows what the future may hold. But I think Manny would let go. And that's he's a monk, you know. So I don't know if you guys have played with a monk before, but that's my take. He believes he saved the party. He believes he's made a sacrifice of sorts. And he would let go. And again, I refer you to page 24 of the DMG. So, yeah, you know what I mean?
You can tell your animals to.
Or
finish you
is it
off in this
a
moment.
DM if you would just more cinematically allow that, because I know your death's door mechanic is a homebrew, so which makes it a little bit more
Yes.
funky. If we could say that that you know, he's pained, he's suffered, he's bleeding out, he's lying at this casket, he's looking to the heavens, and his soul departs to the astral plane, and you know that's just you know, there's no god, so that's just to float there for an eternity. You know, that's the end of it. If you don't want to savage him or whatever, that's it.
Hold on. So like, the truth is, if you wanted to, you could just say that you would rather simply fail the save that was landed on you on the ice storm, but
Yeah, we
crashed
could say
around
that.
you.
Yeah.
And you can just say that you.
The reason I didn't
save. Like
that's fine. The reason I didn't know what your rule was on that, because in 2016,
Okay.
Jeremy Crawford tweeted that there's no rule that
Don't-
lets you
don't
opt
worry
to
about the
fail a
rules.
saving throw. So okay, it's cool.
Yeah,
So yeah, we could say he
which
failed
is
that
odd
save,
because
and
I think
yeah.
can.
Yeah, so that
You
shards
can
of
totally
ice
choose to not
actually-
dodge out of the way and just be like, I let it rain down on me, and I will just.
I think I was trying to do that.
finish him.
But
All right.
anyway, we got nat 1. It was
Okay.
great. But yeah, no, I think that's Manny's story. And the mystery of the goats will never be revealed. This final moment with the goat though, breaking the concentration on that's poetic.
For God's sake. And that was perfect. So what we see then, backtrack a second to say that when this ice storm collapsed around Manny, he was buried alive underneath. His body just completely collapsed in on the sarcophagus. You hear a loud crack as that thing probably snaps open and he falls into the sarcophagus. But we don't see Manny's body is just so completely covered in ice and rubble and debris that we don't know ultimately his fate. Possibly he is already passing on to the afterlife. Faith is rushed up and is probably just trying to pull away rocks, trying to get to them, but it's way too heavy and Faith doesn't nearly have the strength. However, you can still go ahead and tell these creatures if you want them to just rush over and finish the job, if that's what you want.
Again,
do you want this?
I think it's fair to say that they would act according to their nature, and as the dungeon
which
master,
is to rush up and slam them with something.
Let's fucking do it. Final sacrifice. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna have them basically surround this summoner, this witch, this druid. They have just cast an almighty powerful spell to take them all out. I think the walrus is left on 1 HP at this point as well. He's just gonna rush up and just body slam into them and see if they can just knock them out, basically, at this point. Out that one, of course. Typical. Let's have the reindeer just ram into them. They've got to charge up. Yeah, wow, another nat 1. What the hell? Jesus. Okay. Apparently this thing just doesn't want to die. Let's just move these creatures around, shuffle them, completely dogpile this thing. And yeah, once again, the axe beat just goes in. That'll probably do it. That's a hit. And its strength alone, its minimum damage, will be enough to effectively bring Ravison to heal. So, with that, she falls unconscious, laying on the ground, completely everything taken out of her. The icicles in her hand kind of fall to the ground, and as they do, they shatter into little shards of glass and ice. Looking around the room, the dust is beginning to settle. This icy storm still covering Manny. But it seems the threat of this druid has come to a close, and I'm just going to end combat right there. The creatures, however, if you notice, they don't just ravage Ravison immediately. You have a chance to basically pull them off if you want. I'm not going to say like you can just do what you want from this point over. The fight is effectively at its end.
Hmm.
The monsters are gone. The white moose steps into the room and is probably the one that calls out to the other animals and says, "Wait! Do not kill her. If anyone should be passing judgment, it should be me. If she truly did try to deceive us, then the whole forest will be her judge."
By her own words, she thought the goddess was on her side, and this proves it's not true. She decided based off looking at the sky, looking at the danger. She just interpreted. She got no direct instructions like she claimed. She's fooled you, and she's used you to harm others.
He may be misguided. She has done much to try and aid our kind. She sees the others as outsiders.
He just wants
But
to bring
perhaps she
harm.
can be persuaded.
You were just a tool for harm to her. We know the leader of the town who can tell you the truth about what they do, how they take care of the village. If you're willing to meet, you can learn the real truth. But if you guys want to take Ravison into your judge, your court, I think I'm willing to permit that if the rest of my group is too.
Okay. What to say, the rest of you? Faith is still trying to claw at this pile of rubble as well. Manny, he's still under there. Tracker, help me.
I'll assist. Clearing the rubble. Fool.
I'd say he's dead, Faith. I know you can tell. I know these powers are new to you, but I know you can feel it. You don't want to, but we can honor him. We definitely have to dig him out, but we can't save him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she feebly wrestles with a few more stones before slowly you see her hands becoming all kind of cut up by the stones and shards of ice, and she backs away and it falls to her knees and sobs.
I'll say
And Tracker, yeah, this would take hours to move all of these rocks. He's in an instant too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say to Luis, will you or we command the animals to help us dig our friend out so we may leave and we will come back with the leader to speak to you and tell you the truth.
Who is your leader?
It's not our leader, the leader of the town you have been fighting against, Nimsy. She's an honorable woman who cares. Her house is full of children, not her own, so they can survive.
She's the one you were with last, I recall.
Yes, she's scared about the dangers going on in her town, and she asked our help. We couldn't resist, but you can ask her yourself when you meet her that we said there must be something else going on, and we were right.
I will await her at the edge of your town.
Perfect.
As for Ravison, I will take her. Let the forest decide her fate. And you see, basically picks her up, tosses her onto the back of its antlers and carries it out. And you see all the other animals looking around. You can actually hear their voices as well. They're kind of questioning, "What happened? What's happening?" And they all seem to start to follow her as well.
Wow, they sound like bed.
Now, I could do a squeaky Disney voice if you want. Oh my god! Ravison! Anyway, you get the idea. Ravison is pulled away into the forest. As for the other animals, they gather around where Manny was lying, and they just they aren't just mauling each other. They are sort of in a moment of reprieve, because they did suffer an incredibly devastating spell. That most of them are wounded and bloodied. I think back in this reindeer, I don't even know if this reindeer's alive. Hold on a second. Yeah, this reindeer's dead. So you have like a few creatures left alive after the storm. So is the Axebeak. Axebeak is gone. Anyone that survived was
with the goddess. Or no, not the goddess. The priestess we have with us. Will we have to cast again to do that?
Stef can cast in 10 minutes, so, and I think he's been doing so as a ritual.
Okay.
Comprehend languages, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So he translates for you to tell you that she says, This is a fitting resting place for any hero. Let it be his tomb now.
You say so. We need someone to protect the animals here. We need someone to take care of this place a little bit longer so these animals can keep going. Now that Ravison isn't doing it. Someone with proper intent and who doesn't intend on using them for their own benefit.
I can safeguard these animals. You wish. I do not feel the cold. I do not need to eat. I could gather for them, keep them sheltered, and protect them.
That sounds amazing. If you ever need help, send out word for us. If you can get it to us, we will come back. I trust that
Of course.
we do everything right.
Of course. It goes without saying that I will guard your friends. No one will ever come to this place to desecrate his tomb.
Right, can I then go get on my knees and do a silent prayer for Manny? Inviting anyone to join in that feels like it before we then head out.
Of course. I think Faith will absolutely join you as well.
What about Snort?
Oh, yeah, 100% Snorp. Although there's a certain sense of confusion. Snorp doesn't seem to be mourning like the rest of you. Snorp's like, Why are you sad? Manny didn't die.
He moved on. He's no longer with us.
That's what I mean. He went back. Back to Mount Celestia. Back to the resting place of all gods.
And we're
He's returned to a higher plane.
And we're showing him respect for that.
I'm sure he will be reborn as a new avatar. Someone will take his place.
Sure, that's
Someone
true.
will be birthed with a divine spark.
Yes. Let's make our way out. We have our own wounds to take care of now. And we have an interesting conversation ahead. Let's go. Is that good? Anyone else got anything to do before we leave?
Before we
seem
go
so.
to the town, maybe Ravison can actually help.
Ravison's been taken away.
But they're still alive.
She has.
Yeah.
Correct. What would you like to try and... You can ask her questions once she's alive, you mean? Is that what you want?
I'll ask the moose how strong Ravison was.
Ravison. You have to find her the
Yeah.
moose outside. He's slowly kind of plodding away into the forest. And Ravison was powerful enough to summon the cold and awaken the minds of us, grant us intelligence.
Would she be powerful enough to revive the dead?
No. Shakes his head.
Would she know someone who is able to?
Perhaps her sister. But sadly, her sister perished. And I believe that is the true reason why Ravison hates the 10 towns. She blames them for her loss.
I see.
They were twins, from what I'm told. They shared a deep connection, and thus, when she was taken away from her, I believe she must have harbored a deep, painful resentment towards civilization. This is perhaps why she formed these delusions, these lies, lying to herself that what she was doing was for justice, to avenge her sister.
She is a fool, I see.
This is why I asked you to have mercy. Since she is not without reason, but perhaps could not bear to admit the truth.
What will you do with her?
Nature will take its course. Perhaps she will go into hiding. But I will not allow her to attack 10 towns or cause any more pain. Such a cycle will only perpetuate until her eventual death.
Then I bid you farewell. And take care
Moose
of yourself and her.
takes a nod and trudges deeper into the woods. A new place even further removed from the 10 towns, where it seems perhaps the animals will either let her recover or maybe they will succumb to starvation themselves and see her as an easy meal. But really, the moose is just simply removing her from the picture as a whole, it seems. Okay, you return back, and looks like everyone's set to move on. These animals are still technically your allies, though you lack any ability to mentally command them. So as such, they will simply kind of go about their own business, whether they simply guard Manny for a while or move on with their life. Or maybe even this polar bear adopts that smaller little cub outside. There's loads of wolf cubs as well that needs a dire wolf. So I think those two will definitely form a new family with the surviving awakened animals. As for the walrus, I think you will probably search for water, return to the lake, maybe. But in any case, Sanar simply reiterates that she will defend this tomb. She notices there is something still here in this chamber that has been trying to stay very still, but Sanar has said, during the fight there was a strange creature. It was some sort of animated shrub. It tried to attack both me and Manny, but it seemed as though it was holding back. And she extends a finger and points towards one of the shrubs. It's very clearly trying to stay still, but it's like shivering, as if it's like it's scared of what's about to happen.
If you are not a threat to us, then we shall not be a threat to you.
The shrub kind of tilts its head for a second, like hops around to look at you, Tracker. And yeah, you can see it's kind of filled with berries that look ripe and edible. And it kind of like shakes itself enough that one of these berries falls down, and it picks it up with a small little twiggy hand and like goes over to you and offers it as some sort of peace offering, perhaps.
Thank you, and I'll accept the berry
All right.
and eat it, I guess.
Okay. You restore a hit point.
Oh.
And you feel a great expansion in your belly as if you've just had a nice full meal.
Would you like
kinda
to
continues-
travel? Oh, with us?
Yeah, it seems to nod and shakes a couple more berries and then offers one or two to Roki and Stef.
I'll take a berry. Politely.
And likewise, the same sort of sensation. You are healed for a single hit point. And
Nice.
feels like you've consumed enough rations to sustain you for a whole day.
Nice.
The little awakened shrub kind of hops around from left to right excitedly that you've accepted its gift, and looks back towards the sarcophagus, knowing that you've suffered a great loss. It's sort of volunteered to join you, perhaps even replace them,
Oh.
and it does some shadow boxing with another bush, like pretends to throw punches. And then gives a little salute. And now you have an awakened shrub that is simply following along. We'll see where that goes. As for the rest of this tomb, as I've mentioned, there are just kind of herbs reagents that you'd expect for like druidic like spells. There's a bedroll and furs that have been laid out. This whole place is now being turned into a small living space. But none of you are druids, really, so I guess
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to need any kind of reagents or anything like that. I will say, though, that Sanaz says before you leave, I wish to thank you. Follow me. And she does lead you through the tomb towards another of the chambers. And in short, she knows all the little hidden passages in here and the treasures that
Oh,
are
she is going to
supposedly
the
held in this
mirror.
tomb. She is, yes.
Oh.
She explains that the mirror is used to scry on individuals, people, but it'll only work on a full moon. You may return to this place on such a night and use it as a way to track someone, find a missing person perhaps. But also, there are these treasures that were once placed as offerings to the dead. But I am giving my express permission to hand them off to you. You will be doing great things, I see. And she hands each tracker and Roki a potion in these crystal vials, and there's a shark skin pouch for them as well. And she mentions that these will aid you in your travels, I hope. One is a potion of radiance resistance, and the other a potion of vitality.
Very much. Take the radiance. No, I take the vitality graciously. I don't need radiance.
Okay. You got it.
Okay. Do you
I'll
add
give you
this,
the
or
radiance
do
resistance.
we add this?
Yeah, I'll add this.
Okay.
So 1 and Roki. You can have potion of vitality. Cool. That's on your sheet now. All right. I think that is everything for now. So if you wish to head back,
Yeah.
you can do so. All right.
Go talk to Nimsy and get some rest.
It's obvious, by the way, that the druid was able to use Moonbeam to, like, obviously open and close said doors and chambers, and that's how she was able to open the door from afar. In case you were curious and wondering, but yeah, we'll head back to Lonelywood, and it certainly does feel a lot lonelier now without Manny by your side. But you know, he died with a smile on his face, knowing that his actions potentially saved the others, and it was not only just by anyone's actions, but a goat that delivered the
Mhm.
concentrating breaking spell of a headbutt, which was so apt for Manny. The goats came to his rescue in a time of need. All right. So you return to the speaker's house. Nimsy Huddle awaits you. She's got fresh cookies baked. All of them, as she mentioned, she said last time that you would come back. She said that I would have special cookies for each of you prepared. And when you return, you see that she's baked ones in your shapes. So you have like a little dragonborn cookie. There's a little human cleric cookie, tabaxi, and then really heart-wrenchingly, there is a little bold gingerbread man cookie in a robe made of icing. And she says, where's your friend? I made a cookie just especially for them.
He decided to stay behind
Oh, I see. You look all injured. Please come in. Take some rest. And yeah, she seats you all down, and you can explain everything. And basically give her the news that this white moose is going to be at the edge of town to talk with her. Basically
Peace
come to some sort of
talks.
accord. Yeah, peace talks. Snorp gobbles up the Manny cookie, hoping to gain some sort of powers from it, from beyond beyond the afterlife. All right.
How many hit
Manny,
points does he regain?
Oh, all of them. It's like a full rest. He levels up from it.
What? Yeah, all right,
Nice.
brilliant.
Manny consumes consumes the hearts of his enemies, and like that's how he gains their powers, right? So, yeah. Okay, now, Manny, I sorry, I keep calling you Manny. Tom, did you want to roll up your new character? You see, I see something already going along. Let's go. Whoa.
Dirk Diggler. Yeah, no, he's ready whenever you are. He'd usually be in a tavern there.
All right. Well, I can introduce you as early as now. If players wanted to go to like the Happy Scrimshander or the Lucky Liar, these are inns that do exist in Lonelywood.
So we've
I don't
explained
know how
everything to
ready
Nimsy
you are.
and we're heading somewhere now, right?
When we're
Yeah,
done
go
at Nimsy,
drown.
I
If you wanna-
assume we're
Sorry, if you want
going
to go drown
somewhere.
your sorrows and pour one out for your homie.
Yeah, got drink. I'm just
That sounds
establishing.
fitting.
Is everything been explained to Nimsy, or are we role playing that?
We can. It's up to you.
I'm happy just to say like we explained everything to her and like we're gonna go take a drink now.
She is a little bit solemn when you kind of give her this news, but she is. You can see a visible sign of relief over her. It's like, thank goodness it's all over. I will talk to this white moose, you say, and try to come to some accord. But you've saved our village, and as a result, you may have just well saved all of 10 towns. Now we can get back to logging and fill up people's hearths so they don't freeze during the night. I can't thank you enough. Is there anything I can do to like repay you?
I don't have any ideas. That's kind of like any thanks is more than enough, but we're glad to see everyone's safe. I don't know what you have to offer, but we're just glad that no
I
one's
have
going to be in danger.
we have some gold in the saved up in our stores, so that could be negotiated.
Yeah.
She opens up the stores and pulls out whatever she can and manages to muster. I will say that this probably takes place. She's going to take some time to get the gold, and then after she spoke with the moose, the moose basically comes to an accord with them and explains everything. And after that, she's gathered enough gold to give you guys 100 in total, which you can split between yourselves. And he says, "With this gold, please go get a round on me at the Happy Scrimshander or the Lucky Liar. They're really good. But yeah, please just get yourselves a nice ale, nice warm meal, and give yourselves a pat on the back. And here you go." And yeah, she's going to give each of you the 100. So wait, what's that between you three? 4? There's 3 of you, right? So
There's 4.
Like Snorp and Faith, they don't take a cut. I'm giving
Well,
it straight to you.
Oh yeah,
Right,
and
the offensive
deal
to
is-
Snort.
sorry, there's 5.
Yeah, Faith and Snorp
Manny show.
don't accept it.
We're gonna start a union so Snort gets paid.
All right, well, fuck it. We'll give him 25 gold then.
I could fuck you around, but okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Each of you get 25. So
We adding
add that to
ourselves
your
or are
sheet.
you?
Yeah, no, you can add it. And then we'll head to one of these inns. All right. The Lucky Liar is a tavern, or the Happy Scrimshander is like a little shop. Let's go to the Lucky Liar. So, fishers and woodcutters seem to have been gathered here in the evening to weave tales and outrageous, embellished stories. From time to time, you can see patrons are kind of gathered in like shadowed corners, seem to be whispering amongst themselves. But it's kind of a little bit shady and a little... You just loitering there for a while might even like hear a rumor or two or overhear what they're saying, but otherwise the tavern's raven-haired barkeep, Danae Zotel, is a human, and she kind of goes about serving you guys whilst quietly scrutinizing you all, perhaps. Nonetheless, you gather around the bar, raise an ale, and who else perhaps do we see in one of these shady corners? Or maybe not in the shady corners, maybe right at the front, loud and proud.
Yeah, nah.
You
So
ready to
so that was
go?
me. That was me second cousin. He was a right rough lad, I'll tell you. So oh no, but me brother, Doug Dirkler. Oh no, he was my second cousin. Doug Diggler. Dirk Diggler? Doug Diggler. Yeah, me brother. I had lots of brothers, you see. Us goblins, we're a bit rambunctious. We know how to party. Yeah, no. So he got involved with the cult. Well, it wasn't a cult. It was a bunch of tieflings, you see. Not tieflings, but what they call the ones that deal with the elves. The warlocks, bunch of warlocks. And well, they all had this. He got into this originally because he wanted gold, he wanted riches. We all do, right? We all want a better standing in life. And he so he got into this little agreement, this pact. I'll tell you about these pacts, man. My gods, I'll tell you about these pacts. Here, you got to read the fine print. You gotta read the fine print, because they, you say you'll have all these riches, you'll have all these money, but every other week you'll be jerking off an aboleth. I tell you, it's ridiculous what they'll do to you. Anyway, a bunch of these these warlocks get together and they say, do you know what? Well, I've got a contract with Mistopheles. You've got a contract with Mistopheles. We all need to, we need to sort this out. So they get together and they unionize, right? And that's what I've always said. Well, he always said, you got to get a fair pay for fair work. And so they got together and, they got themselves set up, got themselves a little clubhouse, got themselves, they were getting a better deal. And I think a better deal for all of us working people, better deal for all of us is what we need. Well, yeah, so they got together and doing their incantations and all that, and you'll never guess, right? They got labelled because of their predilections towards the infernal, they got labelled a cult. So what now? Bounty on the board, 5 brave adventurers stumble in, killed a lot of them.
Cool.
Oh, it was, oh my goodness. Sometimes you can't get a fair shake in life sometimes. It's just not right. I was telling you, well, I can tell you about my cousin as well. Oh, my goodness me.
The bartender rings the bell and just shouts, "Last call," just trying to like end the loud blabbering. But yeah, oh my god, the barkeep just says, "I think this one stumbled drunk into the bar one night, but they haven't left since."
Dirk Diggler, bounty hunter, at your service. Well, I say bounty hunter. I've tried my hand at a few different things, but goodness me, you're quite the imposing bunch. And up looks at you what is quite clearly a goblin in a little bit frivolous garb. He's dressed a little bit extravagantly. He's a little bit a little bit of a charming kind of trickster kind of fella. He says, they say this. I got one bounty, right? I've lost my. Oh, you should hear me play my tune, but I've lost my didgeridoo, and I'll tell you this. I've been looking around all the place, and I've got a contract to find that. Well, I've got a contract to offer to find that. Well, I don't have the gold on me right now, but anyway. Yeah. Barman, another.
As I said, last call, and she slides you another. But that's it. No more after this.
Right, 5 for me and 1 for each of these. Gotcha. Anyway.
Who's paying?
Nice to meet you. And he walks up to Roki and just shakes his hand.
I just stare at him in disbelief.
Right, stronger silent type. Yes, all right.
Sorry, we've just been through a lot. I don't mean to be quiet. You are eccentric.
You gotta look at it. You gotta look at the helmet, don't you? It's good to meet you, Roki. It's no, you look practically morbid. Right, get something down you.
You just suffered a loss.
I'm sorry to hear that, darling.
But just had to.
I suffered a loss as well recently. It was gambling. It's not my fault. But they told me this X-Speaks, fastest X-Speak round. And I said, well, do you know what? If I'm going to put a bet on, I'll put a bet on. But I was told that the other one had a bum leg, and he also, I won't tell you his name. I probably shouldn't. But he said, before the race, going to tie a rope around the other X-Speaks legs, and it was a surefire win. But I think he was just playing me on. But I know we all suffer losses. It's life. It's life. You gotta take the good with the bad. But no, sorry for bottoms up.
She raises a glass, nonetheless, and forces a smile. It's probably a good thing we've met such lively folk to bring our spirits around.
Right, and what about you?
What about you, pussycat? Talking moose and crazy women and fucking animals exploding out of a bag.
I didn't know pets were allowed in here. Hey, you doing, pussycat? Nice to meet ya. Giggler's the name. Adventuring's the game.
I'm outside.
He turned around and walked out.
Yeah, they don't have pets in here anyway.
Stef will obviously introduce himself, I'm sure. But I'm not going to roleplay for him. He's just here. Says hi. Snorp will definitely be curious. Like, you're a goblin, huh?
Hello, little fella. How you doing? Aren't you the cutest?
Yes. My name is Snorp. And, do you want a mace? This is too heavy.
Oh, what a mace. Aren't you sweet?
Yeah.
It's too heavy for you, you poor thing. It'd be too heavy for me and all. Goodness. Yeah. Well, you know what, Snorp? It's lovely to meet you. What dragging you after these days?
He shouts to the bar, like, does anyone want to make? And then suddenly you see, like, a couple of the people, like, go to draw knives, like, from secret sheaths and in between, like, cloaks. And then they realize, oh, he's just trying to give it to people, not, like, actually threaten anyone. And they kind of slowly sit back down. Dragons? Oh, it's gotta be Aventurus. Oh, yeah. He's the best.
All right.
You've heard of Aventurus?
Yeah. One of my brothers, he was all about Aventurus. He was Aventurus, a team man. I can't remember now. They got so many heads, didn't they? vicious fire-breathing things. But you're gods, eh? They? You're gods. Well, all to have a cheers and that. I mean, I'll tell you a story another time. But it's nice to meet you, Snorp. Really is. You seem to have. You're the leader of this group, it seems. So you're men about yourself.
Oh, yes, very much. And now I'm going to. We're coming to visit my family soon. So, if you want, you can come along. There's treasures.
Oh, you don't have to ask me twice. You point the way, and
in Tamerlane.
I had a brother who liked to do plunder's mines. He was a great adventurer. Well, I mean, he said he was a great adventurer. What he'd actually do is just following this group of adventurers, brave souls, following bounties and taking a bit here, bit there, and he'd wait outside. They'd clear the dungeon, and then he'd go in and get the scraps. So, good lad.
Oh.
Good lad he was.
Great.
Yeah, made a good living out of that.
Roki, you can see Tracker's just like on outside as well, just too loud, too much going on.
Right. So where's this family of yours, Snorp?
Tamerlane.
Emily, well, I've got to sleep off this hangover if they are but I think tomorrow we should head out there and see if we can track them down, especially if there's treasure involved.
Oh yeah. You should meet us on the road leading to Tamerlane. It just points out there's actually a road that exits out. So I've actually marked it on the map.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So Dirk and Snorp make small talk for a bit, I guess.
Could I put my hand on Snorp's shoulder and say, calm down, Snorp. Remember, we have people in danger we need to think about first, but we will visit your family when we can. We can't rush ahead.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I just get excited. This guy's full of energy and it's infectious.
No one's mad at you. I just need to remind you of people we don't want to see harmed.
Yes, right. No harms. If you want, you can all at some point retire to the Ramshackle Inn and complete a long rest. Tracker, did you want to do anything, or are you chilling outside? Literally, it's freezing.
I might check in on the Moose and Nimsy, see how stuff goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let Roki know that I'll be going over there.
Yeah, go for it. Take your time. After we've got some rest, we've got to head out, but you're fine for now.
All right.
I'll say to Manny, like, hey, what would you do if a ogre in the middle of a love story was planning to attack a nearby town? How would you handle that situation?
Manny doesn't respond from
Not Manny, sorry, fuck me. Tom's new character, sorry.
I
mean, if you have Speak with Dead, you can ask Manny.
No.
Yeah, well.
Dirt. Felt like dirt, right?
I'll put it
Oh, yeah, we don't have anything actually.
Yeah, put it in the chat. So
it's Dirk Diggler.
Yeah,
Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk. Tell me how you would handle a situation like that.
Right, well, explain it to me. What's the sit?
What's the sitch? There's an ogre planning to attack a town if we don't give him a cauldron full of food.
Right.
Infinite, never-ending cauldron, which we're not going to give to him. And
Well, no, of course.
What's the town name again?
Ogres breed like rabbits in these parts.
Good mid.
Corpse meat.
Yeah, so corpse meat. Yes, yeah, corpse meat. Yeah, it's possibly somewhere like corpse meat. What would you think of a situation like that?
You got family there?
No.
Yeah, fuck them.
You're
telling me that you're going to be able to find a fucking cauldron of infinite food to give to a fucking you never left, man. Fuck him.
Oh, we have a cauldron here for food.
What? Do you know how much those things are worth?
Have you not been to Good Mead? Have you not heard the stories?
I've not long been up here. I'm didn't even pass through. Oh, to be honest, I've been drunk for most of my travels. Goes in one ear and out the other.
You have a million stories to tell, but you haven't heard one back.
I'm quite good at talking, but not very good at listening. You see.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
correct.
good. Oh, now you say, I've heard rumblings about it. There's was this brave party of adventurers that they dug it out of the ground, didn't they?
I can look around.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
what I heard. They dug
you
it out.
are-
No, I'll tell you this. They pulled it out of the lake. No, I can't remember. No, it's oh no, surely that's it. They prayed to Gond, and they set off a big explosion, and then they prayed to feed the families, and it big boom, and then the cauldron was there, right?
There's
Yeah,
many
no,
ways
I
it could
remember.
happen. You could be
I
right, you
remember
could be
that.
wrong. Who's to know?
Oh, I don't know. It's just that's what I've heard.
Yeah. I'm sure there's many stories
You want to know
around.
what I've heard? You see an old proprietor, like, lean in. He looks like a fisherman type, very crusty, crabby guy. He says, I have heard of a few tales myself. Have you heard of the winter wolves?
Oh, we've had some fumbles this evening. Let's hear about yours.
Yeah,
The
mate.
winter
No, all
wolves
about
aren't like regular
I'll
ones.
tell it. I'll tell it. Right, the Winter Wolves. Right, 10,000 years ago. Right, there was. I presume he just interrupts at some point.
He probably does. He says,
Okay.
No, the ones now, right now, they live. They live down in Dugan's Hole. People have been shivering in fear, barricaded themselves in, they say. These wolves have been haunting the outskirts. As big as horses they are. And smarter than normal wolves. Oh, aye. People being dragged off, kicking and screaming. That's what I heard. No one's been down to Dugan's Hole since.
Right. Well, fuck going there then.
Am I right? So what was that about free drinks?
Well, my friend Snorp here, he's offered to buy us around, but I think he has less calls, so you'll have to have a chat to the barman.
he finishes off like Snob's drink or something. Snob's like already too drunk after just one. He's incredibly lightweight.
Mm.
Oh, I got another one. Have you heard in Caer Dineval? No one's seen the town speaker for a while. Some locals say that Speaker Cranach is fallen ill, but anyone worth their salt knows something sinister is afoot. They say they've seen figures been coming and going from the castle at odd hours. You mentioned those tiefling lot. The ones with the horns? Aye. Someone's seen them. Couple of them, in fact. They're the ones prowling around that castle. And they don't look like your traditional servants and maids, let's put it that way. If you're heading up Caer Dineval, well, just be careful. Keep your eye open. And if you're looking for the speaker, well, good luck.
Right. Yeah, the one about the Ring of Three Wishes in the Knucklehead Trap. Oh, you'll love it. Right.
What? You what? He
Right, so many years ago, I can't tell you how long ago it was, but a while back, there was a great wizard, right? And he crafted this ring of 3 wishes. He's something with a genie and a djinn, and I don't know the details. I don't know about all that stuff. Well, anyway, he went out on the lake
We'll
with
say
his
this
bud.
goes on to the night.
Yeah.
And we'll say this goes on and on until finally people retire to the ramshackle inn, and at which point you can all have a long rest. Draka, we'll just quickly snapshot to you out on the outskirts of town, where Moose and Nimsy huddle, and you see they've already had like a bit of a conversation already. It seems they've kind of come to an understanding, but you kind of arrive on the scene.
How is stuff going?
Your speaker is friendlier than Ravison made them out to be. Seems I was misunderstood. I'm sorry for attacking your loggers. The creatures here, they only wish to live in peace. We were led to believe that you were over foresting. And Nimsy's like, no, not at all. We just want this winter to end. It's really gotten all too much for us. But if we can just keep your kind of wide berth, and we'll keep the log into a minimum, just enough to keep our houses warm. That's all. Although, Oral, people have been demanding that I sacrifice things, more wood than normal. That's the real issue. That's why people have been taking more than they should have. We believe that sacrificing warmth is the only way that will stave off this winter, but it seems like there's no end in sight for it. Tracker, hey, you mentioned something about wanting to end this rime. Do you think there's a way? Do you think it's even possible?
If there is stories that Oral is casting a spell every day, which means if we wish to end this, we need to find Oral and ask us themselves, why this is happening.
And I'm guessing you were hoping to get some answers from that there druid.
I was hoping that Ravison will be able to enlighten us or give us a clue how Faith can be more enlightened.
Or I regret to inform you that it seems the druids of this land are fanatical. We've been consumed with the idea that Icewind Dale needs to be plunged into this endless winter and never return. That's bad for all of us, the wildlife included.
I agree. If Oral just wishes to punish the towns, this is way more excessive than punishing the towns. This involves all of Icewind Dale.
Ravison has awakened many other beasts and plants throughout Icewind Dale. Some of them have been likely manipulated as well. Do not be surprised if there are others bent on the destruction of 10 towns. Others may not be. You've already shown me a better way. So please, if there are other awakened creatures like me out there, try to offer them the same mercy you offered me. See if you can uncover any more clues. Perhaps even the whereabouts of Auril herself.
I will definitely keep that in heart.
Thank you. You see that Nimsy offers the white moose a cookie, which it readily accepts. And the Nimsy gives it a pat, and you see the white moose turn around and begins to head
Oh,
out.
and as
back
he
into the woods.
leaves, I also owe you an apologize. You
Mhm.
might have attempted to attack my friend, and I retaliated for that. And for that, I'm sorry I hurt you as well.
It nods, and you can see the scars on its body, and says, "If we sustain a few scrapes and cuts on the way to peace and salvation, then it will have been worth it. Think nothing of it." And you see the moose simply disappears into the white and woods. And you can all complete a long rest.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
one more question for Nimsy as well.
Yep, sure.
Earlier in the Elven Tomb, the moose mentioned that the druid has a sister.
Yes. Oh, did she know? That's odd. We haven't seen any other frost druids or heard of them, so... But there's more of them out there?
According to the moose, the sister was killed, presumably by the townsfolk.
Ah. I see. She sort of clears her throat. I think that might be what occurred in Tourmaline. I did hear a story once. They encountered a powerful spellcaster. It was Mastew that put her down. He's the speaker.
Mastew, their speaker.
He's an orc. Half-orc, rather. I guess he just didn't know his own strength. But really, all he was doing was trying to defend his own town. I can't imagine he would maliciously strike and hunt her down. But Mastew is, well, he takes care of his people there. He saw it, he saw someone trying to attack his village, then he'll do everything he could to stop it. I think she may have run into him.
I see. Perhaps next time we'll be able to shed more light on this matter. Thank you.
No worries. All right, you wrap up, Warmu. I'm gonna get back in the warm myself. She heads back to her house and huddles up. Speaker huddles up. Everyone else got complete long rest? I should do Stef's, shouldn't I? Yeah, there you go. And you should lose a level of exhaustion if you have one. Cool. It does it automatically. Faith as well is back in fighting shape. But she seems a little morose about the whole ordeal. Okay. Is the party heading to Tourmaline? Oh, I should say, you meet up on the edge of town first and discuss maybe teaming up with this new adventurer type.
So he comes to us based on what Snop said, right?
Yeah, you can see him as you're heading out of town. Yeah, what sort of Dirk? What sort of adventuring gear do you have like readied on you already? Like, guessing
Yeah,
you've got
sure.
at least cold weather clothing.
So cold weather clothing, but it is it's absurdly flamboyant. He's far too well dressed for where he is, and it's not like misfitting, but it's like clear that it wasn't. But it's tailored, but it's clear that it wasn't tailored for him. But it still looks good. It still looks really, really good. It's just maybe there's a little bit of frills and bagginess around the shoulders, and it looks good. And then obviously over the top, which is how you would have seen him in the tavern. Over the top, a very nice cold weather clothing. It seems that it's been shortened, so for a large creature, for a normal sized medium creature, and then it's been shortened, so you can see some of the seams in the fabric come to a fairly abrupt stop. Obviously it's cold weather clothing, so you don't really see much more than that.
Okay. So yeah, it's really up to you guys. How do you
he's just
proceed?
approaching us as we're out here. I just
Yeah.
be saying the tracker as he comes over. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's like I don't know how you're feeling coming into a situation that came up to this so abruptly. What? I know you didn't know him, but have you dealt with death before?
Yes.
How-
And if we were talking about this during in the ramshackle, I would tell you
Mhm.
a bit about my encounter with death, if you wish to hear.
Go for it.
Oh right. Okay. So we'll flashback.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the ramshackle inn, and we'll say that you guys are sat around the fire, keeping warm, and this is happening during the night. Then
hmm
go ahead.
Sorry.
What's the story?
Um,
In Balamori. Sorry, ignore that.
this might sound strange to you, but I wasn't born in this form.
That is strange.
I had a brother like that. Well, sister now.
You're not in this conversation.
You're not in this conversation.
we see you after you finish.
Originally, I was born as a Goliath. I
Yeah.
have lived my life in that tribe. And as is customary when we get a certain age, we leave our tribe and head towards the Kelvin's Cairn, where we will spend our last days.
Yeah.
I had an accident there and actually died. Until someone resurrected me.
You know
Normally-
who resurrected you?
I never knew their name. And unfortunately, when people get resurrected, they are supposed to retain their age. But I did
Yeah.
not.
Oh.
And not even that, I was born in this form. Or reborn.
Hmm. I'll say that you do remember some things about her, though. You want to get a description of her?
Would I be able to give a
You-
description?
You vaguely remember some things about her. She wore like a wolf pelt over the top of her head, but its jewels held like antlers with small like icicle like trinkets. You remember a gnarled and twisted looking staff, and You remember she had like black, brownish hair. She had a dark skin complexion, and her face was painted with white above the nose, like the bridge of the nose. She had sharp eyes like that of a wolf herself. Sorry, yeah, go continue.
Yeah. So yeah, I described them, and from what I remember, she must have been a frost druid. I was hoping Revison might be as powerful as her. If so, she might be able to help Manny.
Oh. Guessing it didn't work out then.
Sadly, Revison isn't strong enough. Maybe her sister, but her sister was murdered by the other townsfolk. Which leaves us with no help for Manny.
Imagine. Well, I know I was felt very off you at first, but the way you handled that situation, where you fought, you listened, you held your own, I think you've shown you more than I assumed.
I'm sad that I couldn't do more.
Part of protecting those you can requires losing those you can't. It doesn't take away any of the good you do. It's just something you have to get through. But no one's to blame. And it's easy to think you are. But I'll put my hand out and just offer to shake your hand. We've got places to protect. We've told you the stories.
Yes.
Shall we go deal with that? Shall we go protect who we can? Get some answers about
there is
what's
two
happening?
things that we have to protect, or three things, basically. You wish to protect the townsfolk of good meat, right? You mentioned something about an ogre.
Corpse meat, yeah.
Corpse meat. Okay. You were on a time limit. Do you know how much time you have left?
DM, how much time do you have left? So it's like 12 days or something. Now.
Basically.
Yeah, like you're on 1 week, which, by the way, D&D, it's a 10-day in 1 week.
Oh,
right? So it's 10 days. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a week. This coming up here took longer than we expected. A lot of time between was needed, so
I understand that
need to avoid diversions if we can.
I understand that you're in a hurry. But I do fear that if we leave Tourmaline, the townsfolk will go into the cave and murder every and all kobolds that they find in there, which means Thorpe will lose their family.
How long will that take us to get there and then go to Corpse?
I mean, Tourmaline is basically on their way. It might give us maybe 2 days detour.
We do what we can, but we've got to be quick. We can't take all the time wasting in between.
Okay, this is where we currently are. Wait, what? Oh, that's why.
What if?
This is where we are.
What if Snort betrays us? Now that Manny's gone, he meets his family. Manny was what kept him in the group.
If Snorp wishes to leave us and join his family, then we can leave him in the mines. and we move on.
You say this as you see Snorbling curled up by the fire, like snoring to himself.
I don't want to leave Snork in a place where he's just going to end up hurting people again. I don't think Manny would want him to turn into that. But yeah, we should get the rest of the group and make our way. We'll let Snorp know where we're going. We'll be excited. that we've
right.
made sure everyone's awake and ready to go and stuff.
And I just want to say, when you're recounting this tale of how you came to be here in this place, Tracker, how you came to be this form, there's one last detail I'll add that, when Roki offers his hand and like you shake it, you suddenly get another sort of flashing image in your mind of this frost druid also reaching out her hand and like picking you up from the snow. And you also remember very visibly there were these bloody looking fangs like on the wolf pelt where the head like hangs over hers. The fangs of the wolf are like coated in blood. And you kind of get a very clear like flash of her face. And it's at this point you can definitely confirm it didn't look anything like Ravison. And going off of that, you remember that the white moose said that they were twin sisters, Ravison, which immediately means that there's a possibility that the one who died, her sister, isn't the one who resurrected you either. Well,
Yeah.
they must still be out there. All right. With that, yes, you guys will flash back to the present. You're at the outskirts of Lonelywood, and Snorp is ready, bright-eyed. He's been told that you're heading to Tourmaline, and he's like, "Yeah, hey, can't wait for you guys to meet all my family there. Oh, it's gonna be so good."
Oh.
And yes, Tracker, you
I
want
have one more
something?
Can we get a note on this date, please?
You can write notes in
Yes.
your thing, go journal.
The simple
Oh
calendar.
wait, can I add a note myself for this date?
My journal hates me and keeps deleting stuff, so I don't know about yours.
Do I have a journal?
Oh,
I don't have a journal.
You do have to click save. Don't forget every
there
time.
There is no save. Oh wait, maybe I have to like open it not popped out. Maybe that will fix it.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, it's because I
But-
have it popped out. The save option isn't there if it's popped out.
I don't have a journal that I can enter.
It means on your character sheet, like the actual journal page.
Okay.
So at the moment it's Flame Rule. It's the first of Flame Rule. You could mark that day and so that you know, come the 11th of Flame Rule, that's when the ogre attacks.
Now I was going to ask, can we get a note that this is the day Manny supposedly died, which means that if we find a frost druid within a certain limit, we might be able to get Manny back.
I mean, not really. The society doesn't want to come back
I
to life.
would. Yeah, I think. I mean, out of character, you kind of know. I think that your spirit does not want to come back. Yeah, so
fair.
Yeah, but I mean, you can keep that in the back of your mind.
You said Flame Rule the 11th is when the ogre attacks.
The verbiage, yeah, I've changed. I've put a note on the date on the calendar for it. All right. Oh yeah, you're gonna meet Thwip and Scorp and Vot. Oh, and Zerk. Oh, Zerk's an absolute card. Oh, and Grek and Small too. He seems to just keep going off and listing names, and then you do finally bump into Dirt Digger on the outskirts of town. Oh yeah, that's our friend we met from last night.
Oh, look
You're all mate. How you doing, Snorp?
You coming too?
Yeah,
You
where
come and
we
see
off
my
to?
family?
Oh, I'd love to meet your
We're
family.
gonna... Yeah, let's go. It's Chamberlain time.
Let's
we
go.
whereabouts are we stood right now? Like, what's around us?
Oh, just on the outskirts of Lonelywood, which is a long, like, row of trees on either side of you, like a snowy, packed road.
Okay. Can I pull out my crossbow and can I
Okay.
try to grab Dirk by the throat and pin him to the tree and hold the crossbow to his head?
Shit.
Oh fuck.
Okay, you can give me an athletics check, I guess.
It wasn't your
Yeah.
sister, was it?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. I was confused.
Have
Don't
you
fail.
rolled for
He
stats yet?
fails the check. It happens.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you grab him, pin him up. What do you say?
Can I say just like just a look of just a man who doesn't want to deal with shit? Can I just say, why are you here? What are you running from?
Well, just you soon. By the looks of it. Oh my goodness! What's got you so up in it? What's got your knickers in a twist?
No bullshit. No tricking
No
us. No
bullshit from there.
fooling.
No tricking.
No
No
using us
fooling.
to get
No.
what you want. I know Snorp
honest.
likes you, but
course
I am
Snorp likes
not
me.
taking shit. And
Oh.
after what we've watched, maybe this will make me feel better. So, tell me the truth.
All right, I'll tell you.
Why should we trust you?
Put me down. I'll tell you.
No,
Because you've got it. You've
Tell
got
me
it. Like,
first.
okay. All right. So, it was a very long time ago. Me
quicker
and
than
me,
that. Short story.
right? Me and me brother, and me other brother, and well, we had I had a lot of brothers growing up. You see, and we had a big family. Us goblins. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what it's like, then, don't you, Snorp? It's and he's doing this whole
Big
pin to
family.
the tree, right?
I'll start gently
Too
pressuring
long.
the trigger so he can hear the trigger being squeezed.
Right,
slightly.
I'll tell you. Right. So we went to the fair, we went to the circus, and I lost my You see, I used to be a great musician. I in fact, it was passed down to me. Well, I say passed down to me. I kind of, well, I mean, they don't know they've given it to me, but it's more by my right. It's
Stolen
by
music
right.
instrument. Yes.
No,
Next.
well, it was me lucky didgeridoo, and my until I got that, my entire life was like a didgeridoo.
Okay, stole a didgeridoo, and now you don't have the didgeridoo. Why did you lose the didgeridoo?
It's Carnival came into town, and I'll be completely honest with you. I'm fuzzy on the details, but it was no, it was a bewitched place. It was it was fae and fair galore, and it's just I've been trying to track it down, and last I heard there was it was you thought I've looked around the south, I've been to the cities, I've been to the towns, and I'm just I'm still looking for it, and I always think, if there's someone out there that's willing to help me and help a poor little bard in need, help me find my voice again, so to speak, then I would I'd give the world for them, you see, it's like family. You got a family, Roki?
I've got people who are like a family.
Well, I'll tell you this: when people are family or like a family, you do anything for them. You do anything
Roll
for
an
them.
insight check, Roki.
Can I roll insight as well?
Yep.
Oh, nope.
I'll say Faith also chuck some guidance your way, Roki,
Like a +4.
and gets a +4. Wow, okay, that's 18. I'm gonna pass this over to Dirk. Does Dirk seem to be coming across as like earnest, honest, or is he trying to say whatever it is he can so that Roki puts him down?
I mean, he has a crossbow bolt to his neck. He's gonna
he's going to say whatever it is that he can to get Roki to put him down. But he does seem sincere about his belief about family, and that's a bond that can't be broken. Maybe the people who are like family, that there's no one really like family, to Dirk Diggler. But no, he never rat on one of his brothers, Well, he might, but depending on
the
the
didgeridoo. Does that sound like something you pulled out of his ass, or is it actually like the real reason? Does it feel real?
It is, for some reason, impossible to know.
Okay, there you go, Roki.
DC's way too high.
Okay. So, if something comes up, are you gonna help push with us, or are you gonna run away and then try and take the loot after we deal with it?
No, I don't play a loop. How didgeridoo? It's different. Loop goes sideways. Didgeridoo's up and it's a woodwind versus strings, mate. But no. Listen, I'll tell you this, right? I'll pull my weight. I've helped Snorp. I want him. He said he can meet his family. I didn't know. I thought, Snorp's the leader of your group. He's the one who approached me. If you want just me and him to head off to Tourmaline, see the fam, and get it all sorted, then we will.
We are already going there. We decided that last night.
I didn't.
You can follow along as friend of Snorp, but if we lose Snorp, you don't have a friend here.
Bloody hell! I didn't know he was just slave. I thought they'd been outlawed.
I'll let him go and I'll put my crossbow away.
What the fuck?
I trust him.
You're running inside.
I'm just gonna start walking ahead. I'm not gonna say anything more.
Okay. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Stick with me, Dirk.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Anyway, it was like I was saying, he was me brother. And he went to the bar and he found this nice girl and they were dancing and having a great time and.
Dirk. Just now.
All right. Well, I'll tell you about it another time. Right.
So at that point, I think you guys can move along to Tourmaline. It's only like a couple of hours in the cold. 2.5 miles. So let's just give one frost check from everyone, and I'm gonna have a look at the weather today. Because last time it was
such a nice weather.
Yeah, right.
I'm afraid to touch this button.
Dense.
Oh, never mind.
It's light snow. No, it's not. It's dense fog. It's a dense fog, so you can't really see where you're going, but it's a good job that it's just a straight shot, and you've got these rows of trees kind of guiding your exit out of Lonelywood. And you also have been on this trail before, so you're really just tracking backwards. So you're not really going to get lost in the dense fog. Don't worry about that. But does the cold bite into you a little bit? Let's see. Have a little frost save from Roki and from Stef. Let's do one for him. Doesn't look like it is. Looks like you wrapped up warm this morning. And finally, yeah, you're all good.
I was hoping I could get an inspiration point today. I tried.
I think. Hold up.
No, it's fine. It's not the same if I ask for it.
Yeah, no. I think I'm trying to give out more inspiration, and I'm thinking that at some point I'm going to ask everyone else to give inspiration. If someone does something spectacular, it shouldn't just be up to me to go, yeah, I'm going to give you that. But I think everyone, if they think that something was really exceptional in that moment, then they should elect to be let's give them an inspiration, and I will absolutely be yes, totally, you're right.
Do I have inspiration?
You can see it on your sheet. It's in the top left of your sheet. If it's
the top left is my Excel sheet.
Right. Top right is a thing you can
don't have
toggle on and off for inspiration.
Yeah, you see it on your token, right?
Yeah.
Well, on your character sheet, there's a little dice. You click it, and it's glowing and white.
Oh, when it's glowing, I have inspiration. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, so everyone's huddled up, heading to Tourmaline, and let's just speed you along. Okay. Thermalane. You see this this town is actually not sheltered at all from the wind like Lonelywood is with a vast forest. Instead, you feel the icy claws and teeth of the cold wind sweeping down from the north, shearing through layers of clothing. And you can see the Tourmaline is placed right in the path of this dreadful gale that continues well past the town and onto the lake. You can see that this is a town of fishers, shipbuilders, scrimshanders, and of course is home to the miners who harvest gemstones from the cavern complex set into the low hill on the north and east of the settlement. And so far as you've heard, their efforts have apparently been hampered by a band of unwelcome creatures, small little dragons known as kobolds. And currently, the mine, you can see as you're walking in, it's been sealed off. There's like a big barrier in the way. Maybe a couple of townsfolk, like militia, they're just like huddled by a nearby shelter, just making sure people don't just wander in and get themselves killed, or protecting whatever comes out. And as you guys walk in, a band of adventurers, you see a couple of the militia actually do approach you. They say, "Oh, goodness, it's freezing this morning. You guys came out of the fog like ghosts. You look like capable types. Just want to let you know that Master, he's our leader. The speaker has offered a bounty for those who want to clear the mine out of kobolds. I can lead you to him if you wish."
Please do.
All right, right
We
this way.
would like to have a word with him as well.
He's in the town hall. Follow me. Let's get out of this blasted cold. Looks like he just used this more of an excuse to get somewhere warm. And the other guy's like, "Hey," what? And he's like, "You stay on your post." Ah, and he like throws his hands up in the air before like clutching them underneath his armpits again.
Weakling.
You you head to the town hall, and here you can see Mastu is actually addressing quite a few of the miners and men here. It seems he's got the attention of everyone in the room. And he's like, well, he's the half orc with kind of like grayish skin, kind of matted, swept back hair, and he's wearing quite a thick, scarred leather vest over him as well. And you see he's sort of addressing the men. Not sure we can muster the men. Plus, the kobolds are tricksy. Last time we sent someone in there, they fell to their traps even before they found the kobolds themselves. They've loosened some of the planks. Now we have dangers of environment to deal with, not just the pests themselves. And one guy's like, what have we tried smoking about? Like, and what? Damage the mine? If we burn the beams in there, the whole place is going to collapse. And then
Have
what?
you considered working with them? There's no better miner than that a kobold can be.
Huh? Oh, visitors. You, the adventuring types? And he sort of addresses you guys. We could do with some cell swords.
Well, we've had some kobold problems of our own that we dealt with, so it sounds up our alley, and it sounds like you need some help.
Sounds like you are up to the task. Horus masked you. A pleasure. And he walks up and gives you guys a firm handshake. Well,
Roki, how long have you been dealing with this problem? We've heard many whispers around the towns.
Well, let's see. It's been. Let me just figure that out actually, real quick. It's been a few months. These kobolds have obviously found shelter. I don't know where they came from. None of them came in from the entrance. Must have been up from below. Some sort of tunnel or further down below. Either way, they somehow infiltrated us. And did you hear about the bounty? I'm giving a reward of 50 gold for anyone who can get rid of these pesky dragonlings. Shouldn't be too much of trouble, but I will say that the kobolds they got smarts. Where they lack raw strength, they've been making up for it with traps. So just keep your wits about you.
Thanks for the warning. It sounds like a handleable situation. What have you tried so far?
Well, we tried taking a few militia in there, but they've put out all the lights. Pitch black down there. When you're carrying a lantern, you haven't got much visibility. But these kobolds, they see like it's daylight down there. So arrows come out of nowhere from hidden nooks or from a far enough distance that we don't see the attacks even coming. That, and they've sabotaged a few of the walkways and tunnels.
So, dangerous footing, and they attack before you see them.
Yes, they hit
Maybe
in there.
they're looking for somewhere to stay safe. Maybe we can relocate them. I'm sure you won't mind how the problem's solved as long as they're not your problem anymore.
I can't argue with that. As long as you get rid of them and the mine is, can be operable again. Yes, do what you please, but yeah, a lot of people are anxious to get back to work. You can try to parlay with them, but I don't know what they want.
So we will be rewarded when the mine is operable again.
That's right.
Sounds good.
We can do that.
Anyone else in the group have anything to say before we go?
I go. Snorp tries to speak up.
I'll stand in front of Snorp.
It's up to you. Okay.
I mean, he can speak, but...
no one treats him like he's a person, and it's annoying me. You guys, you've undermined him ever since I've met you. Snorp, what do you want to say, mate? Don't let the tall folk hold you back.
Oh,
I'm not saying he can't speak. I'm just shielding his appearance.
Yeah, all right, pussycat. We'll get to you next.
Oh, I was just going to say that...
Snorp, don't worry about it. You tell me later, all right, mate? We'll have a chat about it. These tall folk, I'm telling you.
Okay.
One rule for them and another for us.
You see Marcy's trying to get a look in at who's voicing this, but they're quite sure, and you're like gathered round in front of him. So you know what? I'm just going to roll a quick stealth check for old Snorpy boy here.
Can I say that I swapped out one of my prepared spells in our last sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll do that now.
Yeah. Master, you can't see who's talking. It's like, all right, just get it done. All right. All right. I'm heading over to the Blue Clam. So if you're done by today, you can find me in there. And all right, he heads off.
Fellas, before we head in, am I right in understanding that kobolds aren't exactly welcome in these parts?
Yes,
you're correct.
Why we don't want them to know we have a kobold.
Well, I might be able to help with that. A little bit of something here, a little bit of something there. You see, I learned it a while back actually. It was for a stage performance. I mean, obviously the stage was the bank, and my performance was as a Well, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't tell you that. It's quite incriminating. Anyway, what we'd be able to do is, do all this, a few bits and bobs, and we could maybe put together a bit of a disguise for him.
Can we walk and talk? Are we on our way to the mine?
On the way to the
Because
mine, yeah,
this
sure.
is definitely not a conversation we are wanting to have in the open.
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah,
No.
you're on the way.
Oh, because I mean, if we can't, I don't know, just maybe, I'll stick my hair back a bit, stand on Snorp's shoulders, long cloak. No one sees anyone in this winter gear. And we could have a bit of a, two halfies in a trench coat situation. I reckon we could pull it off. Snorp.
Oh my god, really big. Yeah, you can fit in here.
Yeah.
He's been dragging it across the ground the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
Nice. Okay.
All right. So, how far are we away from this place?
The mine, it's so it's not too far out. About 30 minutes walk.
Can we walk like most of the way? And once we start to see we're fairly close to where anyone's going to be, arrange a kind of me sitting on Snorp's shoulder, Snorp doing the legs, me being the face of the operation, big cloak wrapped around us, disguise kit situation, starting items, and kind of go from there.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. Yeah, give me a disguised kit check.
I don't know what that is, but I'm proficient with it.
Yeah, you can add your dex probably. It's probably an item on your sheet, but
it is
probably not got it all fully up yet.
It's not all plugged in. Do you want me to give you a flat D20 and you can take your pick from there?
Go for it. We'll see what happens. Definitely going to give +2. I'm guessing you have like a dex-based character, right?
No. I'll tell you the stats in private, but they're very funny.
Oh, really? Did you roll them? Yeah.
No, but they're point to. Are they reallocated? You roll them down the line, or you can reallocate them where you like.
We're gonna re-roll your stats, and you're gonna use the 73 method, so you'll have at least 73 points of stats.
Okay.
Just depending on what the dice are on. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that'd be fun.
In fact, do you want to do that right now? Actually, you can set your rolls to private.
Just why don't we just put so that we don't intrude on everyone else's game? Why don't we just say for now it's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then we'll figure it out after.
All right. For now, 10. The disguise you're doing, you're trying to make your kobold friend look less kobold-like.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Like the disguise is,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and stand on Snorp's shoulder, like sit on Snorp's shoulders, wrap it around us. He's going to do and it immediately falls apart. Right? He just collapses under the weight.
His little snout sticks out between the buttonholes, and you can see his long tail like trailing along in the snow as well. And yeah, you get to a point where you're balancing, and then he takes one step forward, and you both collapse into the snow.
Well, you can't say we didn't try.
No.
Well, now you've had your fun, we don't need to keep him completely concealed, because where we're going, probably helpful to have a kobold with us.
Yeah.
When dealing with other kobolds.
When you say deal with them, do you mean like just befriend them?
Yes.
You heard the conversation we just had, Snorp. We want to relocate them. We made it very clear.
Okay.
Right, so it's the kobolds in the mines. So see, I thought it was the people who didn't like the kobolds in the mines, and we need to. I can see why that would be not the best disguise then, in hindsight. Right. So you're saying you're telling me that the kobolds live in the mines.
That's where it's taken over the mines.
They've taken over the mines. There. Right. Okay. Right. So it'd be actually be better if we had Snorp with us and you had him do the talking.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
Oh, he's on the same page. 30 minutes walking out of town, you reach the outskirts of this of this beautiful looking mine. It is a open tunnel in the hillside, and you can see that there are a few empty carts parked near the entrance, next to which there's a crude wooden sign that's been propped up, and there's written on the sign in charcoal are the words "Kobolds only" in common. And of course,
Okay.
there is one of the militia standing out here, freezing cold.
That'd make the humans
Oh.
awful angry if they could read. I'm just playing with you, big thug.
You returned, I see. Right. We're heading in. I'll
We
just
got-
tell you a couple of the
No.
features. The tunnels are about 7 feet high in tall. You know, the ceilings are quite short, so your friend there might have to duck down a little bit. He's talking to you, Tracker.
Yeah.
Wider areas tend to have ceilings of about 12 feet high. There's no light sources down there, so you'll need something like a lantern or torch.
Do we?
Not knowing that you can make everyone see dark vision, Roki.
Have we not got
Uh,
Snorp holding
Question:
a
Do
light
we
for us?
have anyone that doesn't have dark vision?
Not
Does
anymore.
Kobold- dark vision?
Kobolds, goblins, tieflings.
Not anymore.
Uh,
Yeah, you're good.
yeah. Wait, does
All right.
Dragonborn do they have dark vision?
In my games, yes.
Okay, yeah, then there is no issue.
There's a main shaft in the center as well. That's the most predominant feature. It's quite wide. I'll warn you, it descends thousands of feet down. All right. We didn't make this shaft. It was one that we kind of stumbled upon. It was filled with gems. Just don't fall down. That's all I'll say, because you ain't coming back up.
Don't fall down.
Anyway.
Well, someone write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Make a note of that, right?
Townsfolk mentioned something about loose bridges, loose footholds.
Yeah. A couple of the militia, they went down. One heard a snap ahead of them. Then the scream. Just kept going until we didn't even hear a thud. They just kept falling. It was deemed too dangerous for anyone to keep going, so they were pulled back. That was the last attempt anyone tried to go down there and deal with these monsters. Good luck. He turns around and walks you to the edge. Now, you can have kobolds. I mean, you can have Snorp carry a torch if you wanted, but you don't have to. You could also just go in with dark vision yourselves, and not give it away if you wanted to try and stealthily move in. How are you going to proceed?
Well, I mean, we have Stef. Stef, do you want to use your familiar to get a lay of the surroundings? Give us an idea of a good direction to walk in? Or has anyone got a
Have
better plan?
Chibbles can scout in. It is just one entrance at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Find
there's
traps
only one
before
direction.
we walk into them.
Basically.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we'll just have Chibbles jump in, and through Chibbles' eyes, Steph tells you that there's the steps. They descend 60 feet before ending in a chamber. I can see there's racks, there's picks and hammers nailed to the walls of this small cavern. Oh, the floor is covered with rocks, dust, and tracks. I can have them keep going further up to 100 feet. I'll go a little bit further. There's tracks everywhere in this dust. The floor in the east end is also just as dusty. It's a little bit higher than the one in the west. Seems to be like a rocky ridge separating two areas, except for like slopes on either side. There's more picks and shovels here. It looks like there's gems, but it's hard to tell with dark vision. There's no color in here. There's some sort of geodes on the wall, though. What else? I can hear a river. There's a sound of rushing water down here as well. Must be an underground river that flows through the far side of this cavern. Damn. My vision's gone out. I think I'll have to go further down. Like, in order to actually see through my familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go down if you want, just to the first part.
Yeah, sure.
Couple of steps.
I'll
Okay.
stand
So he
in
starts-
front of him. to
He
make
starts
sure-
heading down the steps. And it's at that point I'm gonna have to roll something with this cat. Make it private. And you see that as he's trying to get vision back on as he's trying to get vision back on through his familiar and look through its eyes, you see he's a little bit disorientated at first, trying to figure out where he is. It looks like Chibbles has moved, ran off somewhere, and then before he can do anything else, he just hears this loud kind of squeak sound, and then his vision goes completely dark. What was that? Damn it. I lost Chibbles.
Well, I guess that's where we got to expect the danger then.
Damn it, didn't get very far.
Should we make our way in? Me and Snorp at the front. Faith, can you stay at the back with Stef? And we'll make a slow entrance unless someone has any objections.
Maybe I should be on the front with Snorp.
Well, maybe be best if I kind of stepped in. I'm about this. I might be a less intimidating figure. I mean, they're used to little folk running around. You know, I'm just saying.
That's why I'm with Snorp. I know how to negotiate my way. Don't worry.
All right.
I want to make sure no one else runs into danger in front of me.
Let's head to the gem mine. Okay. The trickling of water can indeed be heard from a distance. I have got just a placeholder token for Dirk, but
Still looking.
let me add.
Can you have Snort follow me so me and him are at the front?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just get Dirk out here.
Dirk is
Dirk, you should have dark vision, right? Of 60 feet? Yeah, you should have like 60 feet.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Snort will go on follow. Faith is following Stef. There you go. Sorry, getting some feedback from you there, Tom. But you should have vision and you should see the map.
So which way was it, Stef, that we're going?
Stef said that there was a he followed the passage around, yeah, exactly where you're going.
Okay, cool. So I have to follow like around the outside.
Right. As he described.
This was where the geodes were?
That's right. He mentioned, and with your dark vision, again, you can see these kind of gleaming jewels seductively, luring you down. There's fresh gems for the taking here, but it's hard to tell which colors
they
are.
must be so very tasty.
Just tell me to stop if I need to. If I'm going one step at a time, so you have the chance to say stop whenever you need me to.
I'll just follow you.
Are we heading straight here, Stef, or to the right?
Down, and then to the right. And this is where I got to. In this cave, this is where Chibbles met his end.
Yeah. What do I see here? What am I looking at?
So you see there is a little stream, like a river, and you can see a waterfall to the left that's just pouring down and running through the cave. There are more tools laid about. Some sort of collapse has also happened. It looks like there was a beam that was supporting the structure, and that's kind of caved in a bit. The water it's moving fast, which tells you that it's probably quite narrow as it flows through these like caves. On the other side, you can see a couple of little mushrooms, more geodes that have yet to be mined out. And, well, there are tracks everywhere you go. And anyone who wants to roll a survival check can try and help identify them, but Snorb will give you assistance and you can roll advantage. Because you have Snorb with you. He puts his foot on the actual print, and it's a perfect match.
Wait, are we all
They are indeed kobolds. No,
tracks.
You get it. It's
okay.
They're definitely kobold tracks.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them.
So wait, where are they heading from here? I'm getting confused.
They kind of scamper in and around, and
okay.
They don't go into the river though.
We're going back out, and we're trying the other way.
As you're going back out, this is when, for certain, I'm gonna do something. Stef's here, right behind you.
This was
around
where
the corner.
The cat disappeared, right? This area.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh fuck! How high is
course,
the ceiling here?
12 foot.
So I should be able to see the ceiling clearly from where I'm standing, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
As you're looking up into the ceiling, checking for whatever might have descended upon our poor little cat friend, that squeak you may have mistaken for a bat. Instead, something rushes out of the darkness and bites onto your ankle. And it's going to have advantage because it is hidden. I don't think anyone has... Oh, wow, it still misses. Never mind. What about these ones? There's more.
What?
Mm-hmm. You hear an almighty chorus of squeaks. And I don't think I'm ever going to hit Tracker because the hide is too thick. All right, just try with Roki. That's a nat one, fuck's sake. And that's a nat 2. Wow, what's happening? Shit rolls. All right, one last attempt. That is awful. Every attack missed, even with advantage. All right, you can kill these things now. 4 rats have just immediately sprung out of the holes in this little cavern. They're looking for a tasty meal, but you're all covered in metal, and I don't think...
I'm not covered in metal.
I don't think they got a good taste.
I'm unarmored.
Big fur. God damn it.
He's combat, I guess.
Yeah, this would be a quick one.
I'm second.
By the time it's my turn, all the rats are down.
Stef, it's Stef's go. Fuck. Okay. Let's just have him walk up to one and stab it. We don't need to get any fancy. It's clearly just a rat. And he's just going to do quick sword attack. Actually, my god, and that one.
Nice. So by giant rat, are we thinking the size of a cat or the size of a dog?
It's like the size of a dog, yeah. These rats
Oh.
are
So
fat
too big,
and
too big to kick into the water. Then.
Can Dirk just?
no, you could kick it.
Okay.
It's a. Oh, I'm internal. We're internal there. All right, cool.
Stef fails miserably to swing his sword in this tight corridor, and as he clangs it against the wall, it breaks. His scimitar is now damaged for that nat one. Just Dark Souls shatters it against the wall.
So he gets for not being
Roki,
here.
you're up. Yep.
Okay.
Fuck his weapon.
Just a reminder, how deep is the water?
It's probably, well, it's hard to tell, first of all, because it's kind of murky. It's not like crystal clear. But with the way the waterfall's kind of landing down, you imagine it's not deep enough to like drown in, but it is deep enough to be like waist height.
Okay. Waist
Let's
height
go
for
with
me.
that.
So if I want to kick this guy
for
into the
you.
water, is that an unarmed strike?
You could shove it. Yeah, it's an athletics check.
Athletics. Okay.
Yeah, you could shove that right into it. Oh no! That one.
Does that count as my action?
It would require an attack, which is an action. Hold up! I rolled a 4. Well, he still beats you. I rolled really bad as well. So as you try to like shove this thing, it kind of like yelps and squeaks and jumps up into the air, but otherwise is not pushed. That would have been cool, though.
I'm just gonna end my turn there. These little fuckers.
Yeah, the Diggler, you're at the back here, but you can hear the squeaking coming around the corner.
I can certainly hear the squeaking. Yep. So let's move forwards. And I don't have it on my spellbook right now, but I'm just gonna say to one of the rats, "Fuck off, you can," and it dies. I presume. I don't know how much damage Vicious Mockery does, but
Vicious Mockery
it's
is
a 1d4, but they need to be
Oh.
intelligent enough to understand the insults. I believe.
No,
Well,
it's just
No?
they need to hear you. Nothing to do with intelligence. He unfortunately saves though, because somehow these are very wise rats, and it does just squeak viciously back at you. Probably insulted your own mother as well. Okay. Snorp. Snorp's around here. Got geek on my family. Damn wreck. Okay, I'll... I think Snorp is gonna like stab one maybe? Up to you, really. Let's just go with a quick stab. Yeah, he misses.
Oh.
Yep. Unfortunately. Can't get a good purchase on one of these rats. Okay, Tracker, you're up.
This will be probably the first time that you'll ever see me use my battle axe.
That's a dead rat. Splat the rat. This time, you don't collide with the walls. You just go down a downward chop and split it straight in half. And it is Faith's go, who actually doesn't have any offensive cantrips, so let's move right along. Roki, one of them tries to bite your ankle. These look like they're starving, but nope. They just continue to gnaw on your boot. Maybe they've got a taste for leather at this point. Stef's gonna launch a spell now that his weapon's broke. Go for a Ray of Frost. Oh, that's not a Ray of Frost, that's a Ray of Booming Blade. My bad. There you go. And we have another ice popsicle rat. Oh, it's still alive.
No, it's alive.
Barely. Roki, you're up.
I'm gonna slam it like I'm trying to hit it into the water again. I don't know if it will make it that far. Oh, fuck off.
That's a hit. It's 1 damage. What's your strength? Oh no. It's -1.
Is it because I'm exhausted? Yeah.
That might be it.
No,
that
exhaustion
shouldn't...
doesn't lower your strength. Sorry, doesn't lower your damage, but it does decrease the chances to hit. So
It's just like
the reason why is
for damage.
it's because you rolled a 1 on the d6, and you don't have any modifier to your strength.
Yeah.
So that rat just takes a bonk, but it's just kind of looks at you, and its whiskers are all bent out of shape, and then it bears horrible little teethies incisors that have all gone green. Dirt Diggler.
He's just said he has got
Still a
stuff away
few
from him
rats?
and autopilot vicious mockery.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got it. All right, another wisdom save. That one. Okay. This time he just has to roll a 2. I'm still rolling privately. I just realized. But that is a 2, and that rat dies from psychic damage.
Death's
Beautiful.
door. Death's door.
No, not that one.
Aww.
Just gonna stab a little one. Yep, manages to hit, slices off its tail. To which the rat tries to return the favor. Actually, now your Roki's in the way still. Doubt that I'm ever gonna hit him though. Oh, I say that. Yes, take 3 points of nibble damage. As it it's finally bored through your like leather boot. It's like a big hole in it, and now you hear it like chewing on your toes, and it's excruciatingly painful. Starting with your little pinky. It's Tracker.
You can leave this to me. I'll finish this. As I'll try to decapitate the other rats. The one that attacked Roki.
Mm-hmm. That is a clean hit. Now, your battle axe. It's got cleaving.
Oh! How much HP do they have? 4.
It had 4 left.
Which means
so
this one
the
takes 1.
1. Yes. So.
Is
cool
there
little
AC 11?
feature, you think? 12.
Ah, fuck, never mind. Okay.
So you cleave through that one, decapitating, and then the follow through kind of impacts the other rat, and it falls back and rolls around onto the ground, but still a little bit left in it, and it's going to turn and try to bite you, where it's viciously killing its friend. Yes.
Oh wow, it hits.
5 points of revenge damage.
Okay.
And then it's finally.
Can we tell Stef to not waste any magic?
I mean, cantrips don't.
It's not a cantrip? Oh, it's a cantrip. That's fine.
Yeah, he's just launching cantrips and missing horribly.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and point blank try and shoot this thing between the fucking eyes.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Disadvantage,
I'm angrily frustrated at this fucker.
This little rat's proving a problem. Dirk is going to do another wisdom save on it. And I don't know if it'll ever... What have we got? 10. Ah, that is a fail. Alright, 1d4. Not going to kill him though, because...
It is.
Rat is tanky as all hell. No, it's the boss rat.
Oh!
I say that, I'm joking though. Snorp is going to rush up. No! Damn rat, you leave Roki alone! Step. Fuck you. Damn, he's not getting it done. Tracker, your turn.
Where's my axe? Done. Boom.
With that, you send its body hurtling away, and it does land into the river. Why not?
Fuck,
but
that's
its body,
a waste.
It's immediately swept down through the crack in the wall, and its body is propelled at quite a speed into the dark of the cave. And that's going to end combat.
Well, that was fun.
Okay, we prepared dinner.
Well, now we've got some cold bolts to deal with.
Can I harvest the
Indeed.
red corpses?
Harvest them? I mean, yeah, you could just pick them up and put them in your
Keyword
backpack
red
for
or
later.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sure thing. Snorp agrees. Yeah, you can make good kebabs. Yeah, rat kebabs. Oh
Could
my.
be a great peace offering with the other inhabitants. You mentioned something about mushrooms, by the way?
Yeah, there are a few little wild mushrooms on the other side that have grown thanks to the moisture of the river.
Would I be able to recognize them?
Sure. Why don't you give me a nature check? Nice. And can you give me a D100?
That's this one. That's
20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not exactly sure what the scientific name for them, but you think these might be joke caps. They're like a red mushroom, usually about 2 feet in height, with a thick cap.
My main
There's a
concern is,
stupid
are they
tale of-
edible?
Probably.
Only once, okay.
Probably not. Yeah, right. Once. Yeah. You remember there was a tale about a mushroom that was genetically altered by a necromancer long ago that tapped into the dead souls of comedic bards, and when disturbed, the fun guy was supposed to be able to reveal a human mouth and spout streams of one-liners that either antagonize or fascinate the listener.
Oh god. Yeah, leave those mushrooms alone.
Okay, you don't
Bad
want to touch them.
stuff.
Alrighty. Okay. Everyone can make a perception check. I'll roll for Stef.
Nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm. And Faith as well, why not? Okay.
Yeah, my rolls
And
suck today.
there's Steph and Faith. You hear this kind of scampering and like scratching sound. And Steph says, "I think there's more rats in here." And Faith says, "No, it sounded heavier than a rat, like footfalls, like claws, footfalls. It was coming from around that way, like it sounded like it echoed away, like somewhere south, but I think someone heard us with all those clangs and bangs, you know? Damn rats gave us away." It's stopped now, though. I don't hear them anymore. Should we investigate?
I guess we should.
All right. Snob's gonna go back on follow.
Okay.
And I'll be looking to wrap up in a bit, but let's just say what you see in
gone
this
ahead.
next bit. All right. So in this area, you can see there's a lot more work tables laid out. There's a processing kind of room. There's benches, tables set up for workspaces where miners clean gemstones they find. Gravel and pebbles are strewn on the ground, and scattered across the floor are a few hammers and picks, and of course broken lanterns. And you see Snorps looking over one of the glass lanterns that's broken. He says, "Yeah, cowboys don't like bright light. Too blinding. Smash lantern." And he kind of like kicks the lantern aside.
Wouldn't you need light to determine which stone is which?
We do that by taste. If it's like salty, then it's got more salts in it. He shrugs.
Mm.
But yeah, there are plenty of little gemstones and things around here. You see Snob kind of digging around.
Do any of the gemstones react to Stef's magic shovel?
Oh, the shovel.
Oh, right. Actually,
Oh no.
yes.
Oh no.
Steph sees that there's, when he walks in, there's something that kind of like shimmers slightly. And it reacts when the shovel's kind of near. And he opens up a small little box. And inside he finds like a small figurine of a dog. It's carved out of rock. And on it, there are 2 pebble-sized rubies for eyes. Steph kind of like looks at it and... Very strange.
Can I spend 10 minutes casting detect magic as a ritual?
Yes, you can.
So see if this doll is magical.
The shovel is definitely magical. It's giving off something.
Yeah, so that's why I want to check out the doll as well.
The kind of rocky doll, yeah, the weird statue. It looks kind of crudely carved, like someone's kind of made it on their break, perhaps. But the figurine, it's got like a very faint kind of conjuration-like magic over it. It's almost like it's kind of like there's a crack in it. Almost like it's kind of damaged or
Can I
or it
try and
needs,
find
like,
clues
repairing.
in the box or in the room about the doll?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check, or you can just roll an arcana.
Yeah,
Out
so like
maybe...
now that I have detect magic, I might spot something with that as well.
Oh shit, natural 20. Actually just found there's like something on the map. Looks like a little dog right there. These kind of figurines, you've heard of them before. They're called figurines of power. Sometimes they can summon creatures, much like a bag of tricks, right? But there's known ones that are like the Onyx Mastiff or the Ebony Fly, stuff like that. They can summon creatures of massive power as well. You've known some to even summon elephants and like hawks. But this one, it's shaped like a dog. It might be like an early prototype of said figurine, but it's not fully either ready because it needs to be like encased in gems, or it's broken from some sort of damage that it sustained whilst being created. So you can't use it immediately. And to note, in order to actually summon them, you'd use a command word to actually like bring them to life, at which point the figurine would enlarge and turn into like a full-sized mastiff, for example.
Any clues for the command word, or is that still to be figured out?
You know what? I'll give it to you without nat 20, sure. And you can even tell me what the command word is, because I'll let you describe what it is.
Fetch.
A dwarf made this, perhaps. Who knows? But fetch. It could be something like that.
Sorry.
The maybe that's just literally like under the box. There's a piece of paper that says it literally has in 3 different languages, and the common one just says "fetch boy," and I'm like, maybe that's it. And I said, and they were like, so let's not say that. And I just show them with a piece of paper until we want to use it, and I hope it's right.
I was like, why don't say? Good job, Snob can't read.
So yeah, we just need to tell the little dog to fetch, and he will help. It looks like.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
Wait, you said it was made by a dwarf, right?
Hmm.
And there was and it has a notes in different languages. Then I can say, look, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll say.
this is how it's pronounced in Dwarven.
Oh, maybe the dwarven production
He's-
is how you activate it.
Oh, you
That would
speak
make
Dwarven?
sense.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
As
Oh.
well as giants.
That is good thinking. So if we tell it to fetch in dwarven, it will probably work. That's we'll try that when we need to. That would make sense.
It's very useful, Tracker. Just in case we ever find something that needs translating in Dwarven. Yeah, so anyway.
Wait, do we have anything that needs
it will-
translating that I've forgotten about?
Yes!
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you do.
Like a
I'll
year
tell
ago, you found a map
You did find a map.
in East Haven.
I'm supposed to remember stuff. Oh, God.
Remember
It's all
the
good.
dagger on the ferry?
Wait, is this a map we still have, or a map that we got to go back to? I'm so confused.
You should have it, unless Manny
Yeah,
had it.
This map. I'm not sure if you had it at this point. I'm not going to worry about that, but because we're bringing it up now, I will say that yes, you found a map when you infiltrated that ferry. You slaughtered the dwarves in there, and on the table, actually, he tried to get away. The Sunblight fella, he was running across the ice, invisible, and Snorp sniffed him out, and you took him down. And gripped in his bloody hands was this map that he was clearly trying to stop from falling into enemy hands.
Okay.
And on it, there's several marked locations, ones of which are very obvious. They're the 10 towns. But there's some that are like crossed with an X that you not really sure what they mean. And you didn't have anyone to translate
At the time.
at the time.
But I can tell you what it says.
Let's just randomly find it again next time we're at a tavern. I'm looking through my
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, no worries.
But
We'll
I feel
bring
like
that up again later. But
the forgetfulness matches my character, so like just remembering it by when I'm searching through my bag makes more sense.
yeah, no sweat. All right, so we'll finish off in this next chamber, and this
Okay.
up ahead, you can see a massive shaft that just descends into pitch black, even with your 300-foot dark vision, Roki. I think that's what it is, right?
Oh, fuck.
You cannot see to the bottom.
Do I find
It's
anything
just
more with detect
complete-
magic, or do the goggles react? The elemental goggles?
Nothing magical in this room, no. Aside from you sort of see a like glint on the gemstones. They don't give off magic. They're just sort of, glinting in the dark.
I'm going to turn to
That
Tracker
rat
and
is.
I'm going to say, hey, you know things. Does that look safe to walk across?
Does it look safe to walk across? I do know that the townsfolk mentioned that there is loose footings, which might be this area.
That's why I'm asking.
Has anyone got woodcarver's tools or
I'm not
carpenters?
Nope.
Nope. Okay then.
Okay.
All you can tell as you're looking at these is the wooden planks and struts. They form a walkway along the wall of the seemingly bottomless vertical shaft. And the narrow waterfall, you can see that cascades from the northeast wall must be the
That's
one
where
that
my red
connected
went.
from earlier. Yeah.
Well, I
And
don't
you can
think
see
I
it's
can jump
falling
Okay.
25
incredibly
feet.
fast. No. And the water, I guess, in this confined space is actually really, really loud as well. But you cannot see even further. Can't see further than 300 feet down that waterfall.
Yeah. We
It
need a
must be
plan.
what he was talking about.
How do we test if this is safe? What's the plan?
I can climb on the walls and put pressure on the bridge or scaffolding, see how sturdy it is.
Oh, kind of like climb against the wall and like kind of just use the walkway to kind of like help for a bit of balance, but not put pressure on it.
No, I'll put my full weight on the wall
Yeah.
and then step on the scaffolding at intervals to see how sturdy it is.
I mean, this looks like we might be able to all kind of like mainly use the wall.
Okay. What I will do is I'll give you an end of my rope.
Okay. So you get to the upper end. We have a
And
rope.
yes.
Tie it on both ends. Okay. I've got spikes.
I don't need spikes.
I can stab it into the ground on this end, and you can hold it on your end, and we can all go across it.
That works.
So I kind of like use it to cling to the wall, because this does not look safe. It might be 100% safe. We might be wasting our time, but I don't want to die. So
there are just sections of planks that have been patch jobbed on. So Tracker, you've got climb speed, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So can I
There's
use a
plenty of
spike to
handholds.
stab into the ground? I just use one of them up.
Sorry, multiple things are going on.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, one sec. So to Tracker, you want to climb, but test your footing every now and again against the wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
See if there's any weak spots.
You got it. By the looks, there doesn't seem to be anything that is going to stop you from being able to climb on this. On the other side, it is probably like slippery and like from the water, but the shaft on this side is, like I say, full of like potholes and where people have mined away. So sure enough, you can use those as footholds. I'm not going to require a roll for that. But as you test your footing on this, the planks squeak, they creak, and you can hear just a slight kind of uneasy bend to some of them. And let's just see. Doesn't seem like they give way, though. They don't just fall.
It doesn't?
So we could
Even
walk
with
on it?
my weight?
Nope. Because you're climbing across the wall, right?
Yeah,
you're not
fair.
walking across.
Yeah.
You're kind of just you've stood on the. I'm guessing what's happened, right? Is you've climbed to like the halfway point here.
Yeah.
And you're holding onto the wall, would lower your feet down onto the wood, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of test the weight, and then if it gave way, you're like holding onto the wall. Well, doing that doesn't snap any of the planks. It doesn't.
It
seem
doesn't
like they
snap,
give
but
way.
it's if I were to stand
is
on it, it
creaky
definitely
and
it
squeaky.
would snap. Maybe, probably.
Uncertain, but I will tell you this: it's actually really hard to hear those squeaks because I mentioned the waterfall that's running here is like deafeningly loud. Yeah. What was you trying to do, Roki? You had an iron spike in your hand,
I'm
right?
just saying, say if he says it's dangerous, would I be able to use a spike to like hammer a rope into the wall so then we can he can
With
hold the other end and we can yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can hand him the spike. He can hammer that in with a rope and form like a lifeline across the
do that.
walkway.
And then
okay, perfect. As that is happening, you are hammering, making sure it's firmly into the wall. Suddenly, the planks underneath where you're standing, Tracker and Roki, you hear this kind of crack, and it all falls away suddenly.
Sorry, I thought I was stood at the edge. I genuinely thought I was on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you now. This noise is loud as hell. It sounds like all of them suddenly snap together, and you're quite heavy, aren't you, Tracker? Even just your weight alone, suddenly it all just snaps. And it wasn't.
I'd assume he's like half loading on the wall, right? Like I thought he'd be
That's right. And
so like
he's holding onto a piton and hammering, but you can't because what I imagine he's got one piton in one hand, hammering with the other. So he's got to be steadying his weight on something, right? Now, he's going to have a chance to save, but I will just mention that his weight wasn't moving, wasn't shifting. It was holding it, and then suddenly it just dropped. And as it drops, I'm going to say that with your perception, you can roll a perception check real quick, Roki, as Tracker is making what I assume to be. Oh boy, it's going to be a save of some kind. Let's go with
Roki
Okay,
did
let's try.
say he was tightening the rope on the floor on his end.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm
Roki-
touching it. It's actually there. Okay.
Tracker, you're holding on. You're trying to. Are you going to try and jump away, or are you going to try and cling to the wall? Like scrape your claws down and into it, and like grab purchase on something.
I would go for the wall.
Or are you going to give
The
me a
wall
strength
feels
saving
like-
throw?
Oh fuck!
And what you see, Roki, is these planks of wood just fallen away. Underneath, clinging to the wall, are two kobolds with little hacksaws in their hands that have clearly sawed away the beams on either side of Tracker where he was standing, and the whole bridge has suddenly fallen away and clatters and scrapes down the side of this thousands of feet shaft deep wall, which would have been Tracker's fate as well had he not suddenly dug the claws into the wall. And you see him descend perhaps like 10 feet, slipping down to the kobold's level. And oh shit, he scraped down, and you hear that like nails down chalkboards. And the two kobolds are suddenly in a panic, and they throw their hacksaws away and draw little daggers. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I
good
was just
lord,
saying, I want to cast Bane on them.
Oh, I'm sure you do. They're gonna guess.
Snorp, this is your time to shine.
And they Snorp goes, oh, it's taking Snorp and whip.
I'm here like, oh, this is probably stupid, but we're gonna do it anyway, and then this fucking happens.
Oh shit, that was good. Great, awesome, guys. And by the way, I just want to say that is this area. This is the only area in the entire module that has a save or die scenario in it. And you're looking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say this.
Like,
I thought you were gonna say this is the only area to the Underdark.
Oh, it definitely looks like it would go down deep enough for sure. But
yeah,
I don't think there's anything someone can do.
But he didn't leave the channel.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna end the stream here. Thank God you made that save. Otherwise, you would have taken something like hundreds of D6 and damage. But, whew, thank God you picked the wall. All right. Take care. We'll see you all next week.
The alternative would be death?
Save or die. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I meant if I picked something else than going to the wall, I wouldn't get a save?
No, you would have got a deck save instead. That would have been not your strong suit.
Yeah, but a dex would be with advantage.
Oh, because you got danger sense.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Swings and roundabouts. That's why I asked what you would do, and you mentioned cling to the wall, and that sounded strength to me. But I wanted it to be up in the air as to what. All right, we'll end stream. But yeah, thank you guys, and hopefully see you next week. Bye bye.